greatest MLS playoff match of all time, and LAFC won.
Sanchez for MLS Cup. Ilie, the right foot. They did it. They did it. LAFC have won MLS Cup 2022 on penalties. Joke for LA Football Club. Champions. Champions.
We celebrate today, a Championship Monday on 7-10. By the way, I sat next to Mace during the match, and he didn't talk to me at all. But, I mean, that's on brand for Mace at sporting events and whenever he has to sit next to me, as we know. Meanwhile, what's going on with the Lakers and what's going on with the Rams? We got all of that. Let's get to it at Championship Monday. Mason and Ireland, your Monday afternoon right now.
No voice.
Yeah, Jorge's got no voice. Hey, fun to start the day with the championship, isn't it? How about that? John McCarthy in here, MLS Championship Trophy.
That thing was heavy,
It
man.
is. It's
I think
a
it's
heavy
beautiful.
trophy.
Super heavy.
Oh, beautiful.
John, I'm sorry you couldn't be here for this.
Mace, point of clarification.
Yes.
So, Cappy had a ticket that he offered you for the game, and Morales tried to take it back, saying, Cap, it's not yours to offer. There is no ticket. And then you ended up sitting next to Morales anyway, so it wasn't Morales' ticket either.
No, it was our boss, market manager, Sam's ticket.
So why didn't Morales want you to go?
I have no idea what Morales, and you know, it's true. I did not talk to Morales during the game. By the way, that was not a game to have a friendly chat during. That was a game to be nervous and on the edge of your seat the entire time.
Right.
It was, I mean, Bergman. Oh, well, Jorge, you were there.
Yeah.
Jorge's got little voice today.
Yeah, little voice.
I'm proud of you, Briones.
Man, I was right behind the goal box in front of the 3252 front row.
I saw exactly where you were.
Taking photos. I saw the injury happen. We heard the snap of his leg, unfortunately.
Yeah.
We saw some of the goals on that side. And, we caught the celebration of Ilie after he scored that penalty kick. We got the celebration. We're getting shoved. Cody and I, who were covering this thing for social media, we're getting shoved. We're getting pushed. But, man, it was so exciting. It was like one of those events you had to be there. I'm a soccer, I love soccer.
Yes.
You have no idea. I love it.
Yeah, I'm happy you're there. I'm happy you got to be there.
What do you think of this reaction I'm getting? That I thought that was one of the best games I've ever seen. For me, because I'm not a giant soccer fan. I mean, my dad grew up in Ireland, so I've watched most World Cups. But I thought that was as good of a soccer game as I've ever seen. And then everybody coming back at me with, well, it's second tier, it's third tier. This league is no EPL. This is no world. I mean, who cares?
No, man, look, we're getting players from all over the world coming to this. This league is growing by the year. Every
and that
year
was
we're
the
growing.
absolute
Exactly.
pinnacle of the league.
That's
right?
exactly
what you saw
what
on Saturday was the best game in 29 years.
Yep, that's exactly why we get players like Gareth Bale, David Beckham coming out here, all these other European players coming out here because the league is growing, and you saw the results of that on Saturday.
Right, and it's not the gold medal game from the 2016 Olympics, right? It's not Neymar with the PK. It's not that. But it doesn't change the fact that what we saw was, and I it's not a word I use, it's kind of magical what we saw. It really was. It really was. I mean,
it was for boxing fans. It was Ward Gotti.
Yeah.
I mean, it was one of those fights where you maybe didn't see it coming, but at the end, at least 3 times, I thought the game was over.
Oh, yeah.
When the Galaxy scored with about 8 minutes left, I said, okay, that's it, they win. Then out of nowhere, Philadelphia ties it. And I'm thinking, oh, no, now we're going to PKs. Then the goalie breaks his leg.
Yeah.
They bring in the backup. I don't know if you guys even noticed this. McCarthy made an unbelievable save. And then that guy just happened to be standing there, and he kicked it in. And now they're down a man and down a goal.
Yeah.
With 3 minutes to go, and you figure there's no way. And then that Gareth Bale goal, which, for my money, produced the greatest play-by-play call from an announcer I've heard in 10 years. Have you guys heard that Spanish Univision
Yeah,
call?
you sent it to us on the old text machine.
This is such a great call.
Okay. You got it, Jorge. Go ahead and play it.
Fue Nashville, atención por esta jugada, viene el servicio. ¡Cabezazo, gol! ¡Sí, señor! ¡Gareth Bale! ¡No lo puedo creer! ¡Gol! Señoras y señores, nos vamos a penales.
Awesome call.
I timed that. I just timed that. It was 19.7 seconds for that.
The goal?
Yeah, the goal. The long goal at the end. It was 19.7 seconds.
I texted Beto and I said, who is that? And he said, it's a guy named Ramsey Sandoval who's been in the market for a while, and he got hired by Univision to call that game. And you talk about meeting your moment. How great is that? But even, Greg, even before the 20 seconds, I'm going to work Si Senor into a Laker game this year.
You need to.
Sí, señor.
What would it be? What would it be
Julio,
for?
Or Jorge, what was the other
Julio.
stuff he was saying?
Oh man, man, I was caught in the moment right now again. Let me listen to it. I'll let you know.
Jorge's voice is amazing. By
Yeah,
the way,
Jorge's
right?
voice is like,
gone,
I've been to a
man.
game, man. I was rooting hard. It saved the weekend. I'll tell you what. It was the highlight of the weekend without any question. And I guess, did they have I heard they're shooting a movie at Banc of California
Banc of
Stadium
Cal-
starting today.
For like 2 months.
For 2 months, and so they had to do the celebration yesterday at Banc of California Stadium. But what an unbelievable moment that was. What was that, Jorge?
We should play Dave. Dave's call was awesome.
Oh,
Pretty
Dave's call was awesome.
Dave
Yeah,
Denham.
we should call Dave Denham's call. Do we have that?
Palacios looking, throws it on the ground to Elias Sanchez on the far side. LAFC trailing 3-2. Tiki dragging into the end line. Palacios keeps it in play. To Bale in the middle. Goal! Gareth Bale has tied it up! Gareth Bale has tied it up! It's 3-3! Jump for LA Football Club, ole! Ole! Jose Cifuentes, Cheeky Palacios, dug it out. They did not quit, and Gareth Bale was in the middle waiting for it, and Gareth Bale delivered. It's 3-3.
How great is that?
By the way, at least 3 of those goals were from unbelievable flying headers.
Yes.
I mean, it wasn't just the goals, it was the quality of the goal. It was just great.
Yeah, it was so much fun. That's a great crowd. I'll tell you what, that's an unbelievable crowd. What John McCarthy said, who, if you're just tuning in, John McCarthy, the MVP of the MLS championship game, was just here. And he said, you always hear the 32-52, but on Saturday, you heard everybody in the whole stadium doing the cheers
for
with the 32-52.
For 120 minutes, 130 minutes. They never quiet down. Even when they were down 3-2.
Even when they fell
there's
behind,
there's kids crying. There's women crying back there. And one of the guys, like some of the guys from the 32, they're like, no, we don't cry. We don't shut up. We keep going. Our team's going to make it happen. And, man, they're champions now.
The nervous thing, John, was, and you know this from what, obviously, but you go into extra time, right, and you're down 3-2, and you don't exactly know when the extra time is up because there's no clock on it. So you're like, oh, gotta hurry up, hurry up. And I was watching
Mace,
on my watch.
I
was like,
you're down 3-2, and you're down a guy.
Yeah,
the
that's right.
goalie got a red
True.
card. They were playing 10 on 11.
Yeah. God, what a game. What a game.
That's why you bring in a guy like Gareth Bale,
Exactly,
right?
yep.
Because he was able to come in and jump over. That one dude, Elliott, was 6'6". He had to jump over a
Jorge,
6'6"
were you
dude.
surprised that I wasn't surprised they brought Vale in. I was surprised they took Vela out.
No, something I like that, something about Vela, he said in the press conference that this is a team that no matter who's in there, they have the same objective. No matter if I'm in or if I'm out, we're all in there for the same purpose. We all have the same goal, and it doesn't matter who's in there. We're just going to make it happen.
One question. Now, you guys are watching TV, so you heard the analysis. Was John McCarthy going to be the goalie for PKs no matter what?
Yes, I don't
The
know.
the TV announcers thought so.
Yeah, because it happened once before in Philadelphia for a cup final where he was, or an open final is what he said, because he came in the 120th minute for Philadelphia just for PKs. They ended up losing that, but that was kind of what was happening in this game, where at one point you could actually see McCarthy stand up and tell him, and Steve Cherundolo told him to sit down because they didn't want to tip their cap or tip their hand at all. So he was going to come in, but they just didn't know when they wanted him to get up and start warming up. Wow. It was intense.
Hey, were you guys surprised? I was trying to think of another time in the history of me watching sports, and I couldn't come up with one, that I guess the goalie breaking his leg was so gruesome that Fox elected not to show any replays, not one, not one in real speed, not one in slow motion, nothing. I think I would have shown it once, at least once at real speed. If you want Just say, hey, this can be gruesome, but this is the play where he really got hurt. Would you guys have done what they did?
Such a tough. I was sitting with David Kent, who watches a lot of soccer, and David Kent looked at me right away and said, "He just snapped his ankle, just snapped it."
So you couldn't tell? You couldn't tell what's going on from where you were?
No. David Kent knew right away. Oh, that guy snapped his ankle, and you said you heard it.
We heard it. Cody's like, "Did you hear that?"
Yeah, I don't know. Do you need to show that?
Even when Paul George was playing for the Olympic team and he broke his ankle on the stanchion, they showed the replay a couple of times. The reason I thought they'd show the replay was because the guy got a red card. And so it was paramount to the importance of the game. It was now going to be 11-10. But I guess it was so gruesome that they didn't want to show it.
Yeah, I'm with you, John. I've never seen them not show it before. I had to go to Twitter just to try and find it, and really they only had the one view from Fox, so you couldn't tell what even really happened. I'm actually glad I didn't see it now if it's
they're
that
going to be
gruesome.
criticized no matter what. If
Yes.
they show it, they're going to be criticized. If
Correct.
they don't show it, we're criticizing them. So they were in a can't win.
Yeah. What a game. What a game.
Oh,
It was so
man.
much fun. So much fun. And then the Lakers had a weekend.
Why you got to go there?
Oh, come
Why
on.
you got to do that?
Then the
And
Rams,
We're happy. LAFC!
Yeah!
Rams yesterday. All that stuff.
Jeez, man. Way to bring it down.
Well, Mace,
We
I'm
gotta
in
talk
I'm in
about
Salt Lake
everything.
City with the Lakers. Did you hear what's going on tonight?
I heard no LeBron, no Pat Bev, and no Lonnie Walker.
You know what that means?
No, I have no idea.
If you're going to the game,
Yeah.
no refunds.
No refunds. There you go. All right, coming up next, we're going to spin the wheel of questions. We will get to some regular stuff, too. It is a championship Monday here at 710. I had to think about what day it was. Championship Monday. John, I've got really interesting news about something on the ballot that we're all going to be voting on tomorrow.
All right, cool.
We got that coming up, plus Wheel of Questions. Hey, stream live sports and original content with ESPN Plus today. You get access to the award.
$710 ESPN is giving you a chance to win $1 million.
$1 Million Mondays.
$1 Million Mondays.
Listen every Monday during football season to Travis and Sliwa, Mason and Ireland, and Sedano and Cap. All you have to do is make a super prediction,
And you can win $1 million.
and you can score tickets to a game at SoFi for just playing on $1 Million Mondays.
$1 Million Mondays.
710 ESPN.
Hey, Laker fans, John Ireland here. Have you downloaded the new ESPNLA app? You got to get this thing. It's great. You can get Travis and Sliwa, Mason and Ireland, Sedano and Cap, and all of our Lakers talk with Slee right in the palm of your hand.
You're just one tap away from everything Lakers. You could even win Lakers tickets.
React to the Lakers on ESPNLA app.
Download the new ESPNLA app in the App Store or on Google Play.
You ready with that wheel? Hit it!
All right, spinning the wheel on a championship Monday, and this is what's come up. What would the world be like if a giant asteroid hadn't wiped out the dinosaurs? What would it be like if a giant asteroid had not wiped out the dinosaurs, John?
Well, hopefully it wouldn't be like Jurassic Park where they'd be running around killing and destroying everything.
Why wouldn't it be? We developed after the dinosaurs, so would we not still be at war with dinosaurs?
Well, I think that we would have found a way to contain them at this point, don't you?
So you think they would be in zoos like Jurassic Park?
Yeah, but then in Jurassic Park they got out.
See, I don't think Neanderthal people would have ever been able to figure out how to beat dinosaurs, right?
So we'd all be living in a world where dinosaurs were king.
We'd be in a cave, and we'd have 2 cans and a piece of string joined in, and we'd be doing a show from a cave.
You're not going far enough. We would not exist.
Wait, Mace.
Yes.
Hold on. In your world, in the cave.
Yeah, in the cave.
Could I still get a massage chair?
I'm sure you could still. Yeah, there were Neanderthals with massage chairs back in the day.
Then I'm good.
Jorge, would we even be around?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think we'd even.
I don't think we would be around.
No, I think we'd get. As soon as Neanderthal guy started getting up and walking around, I think he'd be lunch.
Could I get DirecTV in the cave?
I don't believe so. And by the way, you would not get. Obviously, you would not get the Pac-12 network.
You know what the tough.
No one gets the Pac-12 network.
Yeah, that doesn't exist. But John, you wouldn't be able to have your comfy chair.
Well, Greg, were you not listening?
Were you listening to the show,
ago?
the part where he
Missed
talked
that.
about the chair?
I did not hear that.
Do you actually pay attention to your own show?
Yeah, sometimes. Really depends on what's happening.
I wanted to let
today.
everybody know that we
LAFC!
are on Championship Monday. We are on YouTube today. I got LAFC gear on. You can't see John, but you can see Bergman, and you can see Jorge on YouTube. Go to YouTube /ESPNLA to see the whole thing. Did I get it right that time?
Yeah, we're close. You forgot the .com, but it's okay.
I'm not doing .com. Also, we're the only station giving you a chance to win $1 million. Listen all day today to play $1 Million Mondays just for playing the game you win. Pair of tickets to see the Rams Cardinals this Sunday at SoFi, and a chance to win $1 million by giving us your Super Bowl prediction and telling us the 2 teams and the final score. Good luck. It could happen at any moment, your chance to win. So Ireland, where do we want to start? It's Championship Monday!
Yay!
So, John, where do you want to start? There was one championship, then there were 2 bad Laker games and a bad Rams game. Where do you want to start?
Well, I suppose we should tackle the Ram game first.
Yeah, let's do it.
Because it was the most
brutal.
recent.
Just brutal. I'm so pissed off.
Well,
I was texting
here's
you
the
guys.
interesting thing.
Yeah.
You know what? You're a quitter.
What do you mean I'm a quitter?
You're a quitter.
How?
You sent me a text saying the season is over.
Yeah.
The season is not
We're
over.
not going to play for we're not going to play for the Super Bowl this year.
Listen.
The team's not good.
Wait a minute. I'm not saying the team is good, but it doesn't mean the season's over.
Well, I mean, I'll be there on Sunday. I just don't anticipate that we are going to be a playoff team. You'd have to go 6-3 from this point. I
Not
don't see it.
impossible.
And it's highly unlikely.
Not
I'm
impossible.
just are you against realism? I mean, sometimes I come in here and I sold you a bucket of sunshine on Friday and said if we can beat Tampa, we'll be 4-4. If we don't, we're falling into a hole.
Bergman, how much money did Mason lose to me?
It was a push. It was a push.
It was a push. It was a +3.
+3.
Oh, so no money exchange.
No money exchange
zero money
on
exchange.
that one. Yeah.
Okay.
Still at $3,000 or $5,000.
So the game, and John, you were texting about the defense on that final drive, which I agree was super soft. They were giving them everything underneath, and they got a big chunk play to start. But, Jalen Ramsey, the Rams, up, get a 4th down stop on Tampa with 2 minutes left, and they get the ball back, and they're 3rd and 5, and instead of drawing up a play to get the first down, McVay runs Henderson and turns the game over to the defense. Here's a little bit of what Jalen Ramsey said. The defense should not have had to go back on the field. Simple. Got to have some dogs who are going to go get it. Who should have come to the sideline after a big stop like that? And our coaches or the other side or whoever telling us we're going to need some more time. We're going to need y'all more time. Like what the F? We just made a big stop, turnover and downs with a minute and some change left and no timeouts. Got to have some dogs who are like, man, F all that. We are going to end this game right now. Good stop. We're going to end the game for y'all. They didn't end the game. And I don't understand. This is not the first time McVay has done it. We'll ask him about it on Wednesday when it comes on. But that 3rd and 5 play was ridiculous. It was basically an invitation to Tom Brady to say, go ahead and win this game.
And the surprising thing is, the year before, in the same stadium, they did the opposite. They totally went for it and surprised them by throwing deep, and they won the game. But I guess they just didn't have the confidence to do it this time. So maybe it's the offensive line and all the injuries or the fact that they can't run the ball. But I was surprised that they didn't try and win it.
Yeah, it's very, very frustrating. But, I mean, you know, I said I had made the Carolina game must win, as you'll remember, John. It was absolutely must win. I made Sunday must win. If you can go 4-4, you're in that race. 3-5 is a really big hole to dig out of, especially when you've got the schedule coming up that you do that includes, like, Kansas City. Really tough schedule upcoming. So, you know, I will be there. I will root them along. We will do everything we can to help the Rams win, but I just don't feel the pieces are there this year, and I've got to be honest to the people.
Well, they're not there so far, but just, you know, the way you play the first 8 games doesn't necessarily dictate what's going to happen in the next 8. So, I mean, they've got to get healthy on the offensive line. They've got to do something.
Well, they got 3 guys on injured reserve. There's no
Right.
there's no way to get healthy there's no way to get your starters back. They're on injured reserve. So it's not like you can just plug somebody in. Like they grab somebody. I actually made a big deal when they got that guy off the practice squad from Indianapolis, Nietsky or something like that. He was out there yesterday from the Indianapolis practice squad to starting on the Rams offensive line. That's what they're dealing with. And I just think, you know, and the Tony Romo talked, as you know, so much during that game. Would not shut up during that game on Sunday. I cannot stand Romo. But he made a couple of good points. One is that the most important one is the Rams don't have any depth. And I think it's a function of not having draft picks, about trading them all away. And I would do it again and again and again, and the Rams were ready to do it again with Christian McCaffrey, ready to do it again with Brian Burns. They had 2 first-round draft picks on the table for both of them. They didn't go through, so it's not the Rams didn't stop trying. It's just they couldn't quite make something happen. But they do have no depth, and that's why we're in the situation we are.
I don't disagree with any of that, but it still doesn't explain why he didn't go for it on 3rd and 5.
No, it does not. Does not.
That's the thing that is tough to swallow.
No
Oh, wait,
way!
that thing's back? Wait a minute.
No!
Is it still going on? Mason, is it still going on?
I love your face. You get so mad.
Yes, it is still going on.
You didn't take my advice and break in.
No, I don't want a B&E
out.
on my record. So I did not. Yeah. I'm just hoping somebody comes home or it runs out of batteries. It's like doing the show from home. I get that beep every couple of minutes. All right, John, I want to throw this at you. First of all, tomorrow's Election Day. It's such a weird situation right now because the time changed. It's raining here today. It's a proven fact. Jacob Barani was just here. Do you realize that the Monday after daylight savings time, more accidents than any other day of the year?
Why?
Because the time changes and people are in a different mood and they're more reckless and they're driving at night all of a sudden because it's dark early. So it's already bad. Then it's raining on top of that. Then last night, it's a full moon. Then tomorrow's Election Day. It's like the weirdest couple of days we're going to have in a while. And I came across a poll, John. John, I don't really follow electoral politics. That's not my jam.
Liar.
So Prop 27, which is the FanDuel DraftKings.
One of the 2 gambling props.
Saw a poll. 64% no.
Yeah, I'm voting yes.
I'm voting yes.
Yeah, I am.
I voted yes on both of them. I want there to be something.
Yeah. Why, Bergman, what do you have against illegal?
No, I said I'm voting yes.
Said yes.
I'm voting yes. It's short-sighted to not do it. It's going to happen at some point.
I don't understand why we're so far. We're so ahead on weed, right? We got the weed really fast. Now we're not willing to do gambling. Yeah. I mean, it's amazing to me that California is so behind on this. And does the legislature have to do something or what? Or does this cancel that out, these 2 ballot initiatives? I don't know. But it does not appear as though we're going to have legalized gambling anytime soon.
I think that if you want to make a bet, you can find a place to bet. So it's not that.
Well, you're talking about what, illegal betting?
No. I mean, well, you could.
It used to be on your phone. I mean, in other states, it's right on your phone.
Yeah, you can go to a bookie, but if you really want to. But the other thing is you could do, you can, there's offshore betting and there's websites. And if you really want to bet, you can find a way to do it.
Yeah, but I mean, this is making it easy on your own telephone.
Right, which is why I voted for it.
Hey, what is the deal? What is the deal with Momo's text chain this weekend? Did you?
Yeah, that came out of nowhere, and she put like 20 people on.
Everybody's
so
on it.
many.
Trav and Slee and you and me and Sedano and Kaplan and Bergman and Lindsay and Jorge and Morales.
Ramona's bored.
Ramona, and all of a sudden then, so she makes this gigantic text, and we all have text chains going, right? Specific text chains. The show text chain we have. Momo just put everybody on one basically to bitch about the Astros winning the title. And I'm like,
send us pictures of her kids.
And then all of a sudden we've got baby pictures. Then we've got Slee puts a picture of a pizza up.
Yeah, what was that? Like Sliwa. What are you doing putting pizza on there?
Put a picture of a pizza up. Just so random.
So if you're not on that text thread, should you be upset?
Okay, so let's see who's not on it. Trav, Slee, me, Ireland, Sedano, Cap,
all
Bergman, Lindsay, Jorge, Morales. The only people not on it would be Emily and Taylor.
And Laura.
Oh, and Laura.
How did Laura get mixed out of that?
Laura's going to be upset.
Emily and Taylor? I mean,
yeah.
Momo's throwing shade at him. It's kind of messed up, Momo.
I don't believe she's actually throwing shade at them. All right, coming up next, USC-UCLA both won. Where are they going to be in the college football playoff situation, which is going to be revealed tomorrow afternoon? And the Lakers, like the Rams, dynamic late in games. We'll talk about the Lakers as well. Mason, Ireland, 710 ES.
710 ESPN is giving you a chance to win $1 million.
$1 Million Mondays.
$1 Million Mondays.
Listen every Monday during football season to Travis and Sliwa, Mason and Ireland, and Sedano and Cap. All you have to do is make a super prediction.
And you can win $1 million.
And you can score tickets to a game at SoFi for just playing on $1 Million Mondays.
$1 Million Mondays.
710 ESPN.
Hey, Laker fans, John Ireland here. Have you downloaded the new ESPNLA app? You got to get this thing. It's great. You can get Travis and Sliwa, Mason and Ireland, Sedano and Cap, and all of our Lakers talk with Slee right in the palm of your hand.
You're just one tap away from everything Lakers. You could even win Lakers tickets.
React to the Lakers on ESPNLA app.
Download the new ESPNLA app in the App Store or on Google Play.
Your home of the black and gold.
Ilie, the right foot.
This is Ilie Sanchez of your LAFC in the heart of Los Angeles.
They did it! LAFC have won MLS Cup 2022 on penalties.
And it is is a Championship Monday. Celebrate all day with us. The Black and Gold are MLS champions.
The Black and Gold play here on 710 ESPN.
Championship Monday! LAFC wins Saturday in the greatest game in MLS history. They go to penalty kicks with the Philadelphia Union, and John McCarthy, who was our guest a little bit earlier, backup goalie, was in there for the penalty kicks, and wow, what a game. What a game. And we appreciate them bringing the cup and all that stuff today. It was really, really cool. Sorry, John's in Utah. Utah. So, John, the Pac-12, I think, has got an opportunity now to get a team into the college football playoff. I don't know how these rankings are going to come out, the college football playoff rankings, but right now in the college football playoff rankings, UCLA is 12, USC is 9, Oregon is 8. And if you look at the weekend, Tennessee lost, Clemson lost. I think they're completely out of it. Notre Dame whacked them. And Alabama lost again. I think they're completely out. Can you imagine we have a college football playoff without Alabama and without Clemson? Go figure. But I would imagine that Georgia's going to be a solid 1, Ohio State's going to be a solid 2, Michigan 3, TCU 4, Oregon 5, maybe?
Maybe. Oregon. Here's the problem with Oregon. They lost on the opening weekend 49-3. Can you lose 49-3 and go to the playoff?
I don't know. Bergman, what do you think?
I think. What are you asking about?
You are just not with us today. Where
here.
are you? Are you in a parallel universe?
Yeah, no. I think that the Pac-12 has a chance to get into it, but they need a lot of things to go right still above them. I think that
the question was, can Oregon, after getting blown out
by Georgia,
I don't
think so.
Can they get into the playoff?
They can. I don't think they will. I don't think UCLA gets in because they lost to Oregon, and I think that because they don't have the brand for it and they're not the right team. USC is really the only chance that the Pac-12 has. They have to beat a one-loss UCLA team, and then they have to beat Oregon.
Dame.
You have to beat Notre Dame, and they have to beat Oregon in the championship game, and by a lot. It can't be close.
If they run that table, if they beat UCLA, Notre Dame, which just beat Clemson. Which is a quality win for Marcus Freeman and Notre Dame. And then the Pac-12 championship game, I think they're going to wind up in. Like, is the Ohio State-Michigan loser out?
No, they're not. It's really going to depend on, because you're going to lose. It's going to be 2 versus 3. Ohio State versus Michigan is probably going to be 2 and 3. They won't drop far enough. A 1-loss Michigan to a 0-loss Ohio State will get in over not a great USC team.
I think look, defensively, I think USC gave up a lot of they take a big lead, then they give up a bunch of points. They give up a bunch of points late. So did UCLA. Yeah, UCLA gave up 26 in the second half of that game after really having it under control. We're not known for our defense, but our offenses are spectacular. I mean, I can't believe that still, after all this, Caleb Williams, I think, has only thrown 1 pick.
Yeah, I mean, he's amazing back there. But
I think he's 28 touchdowns versus 1 pick.
I think you have to look at it this way. The winner of the SEC, SEC tournament, is going to go in.
Yes.
So the SEC finals is definitely going to go in.
And
the winner of the Big Ten is going to go in. If TCU wins out, they're going to get in.
God, I thought Texas Tech had him this weekend. I was following that game. We needed that.
Then you have to assume that probably between Ohio State and Michigan, those are both going to get in. And then it really just depends on what's going to happen with Tennessee. If Tennessee goes further, depends on how far they go. If they beat up everybody else but don't make it to the conference championship game, maybe they get pushed out. But for the most part, a 1-loss Tennessee is going to get in over a 1-loss Pac-12 team.
You're making it sound like there's no chance.
No, there's not a great chance. The Pac-12 is down.
If LSU jumps past
they
USC,
just did.
Oregon, no, I'm talking about the college football playoff. In the college football playoff, why would LSU at 6-2 jump over 1-loss Pac-12 teams?
At what point did you not realize that there's an SEC bias? I mean, this is how this goes.
Right, but I mean, why would a 2-loss team, John, why would a 2-loss LSU team be in front of SC, Oregon, and UCLA?
Because of who they lost to. If you look at it, like LSU plays a much harder schedule than USC, UCLA, or Oregon. So it depends. I don't think you can make the playoff if you get beat 49-3. I just don't. I think.
So you think Oregon's out?
I do.
Even though it was week 1. I agree with you, but even though it was week 1.
I think, by the way, the
I'm
optics
rooting-
are so bad, you can look at that and say, yeah, but I mean, they'll be the number 4, and they lost 49-3. How can we
You
put
really
them
want
back
to
in?
see this again?
And by
Yeah.
the way, if they were the number 4, they would play Georgia again, the same team that beat them 49-3.
Right.
So I if there's a one-loss team, I hope it's USC or UCLA. Well, obviously, I hope it's UCLA, but they got some work to do.
Shouldn't UCLA be able to get in, though? Their only loss is to Oregon.
Right, but they got to beat SC.
Yes,
Right,
they do.
and USC's only loss was by a point at Utah.
Right, but their defense hasn't been great at
still,
all. Like
I mean,
Arizona almost won that game, and they're one of the worst teams in Pac-12.
Well, Cal gave them trouble till the end.
Yeah, I mean, they're a team that score. They're going to have to. I mean, their entire game, USC's entire game, is outscore everybody. That's what they got. They just got to outscore everybody.
It's worked everywhere except against Utah.
Yeah, right, exactly. And they scored a bunch. It just was not quite enough.
Don't you think that UCLA USC is going to be very much, John, like UCLA Oregon, where everybody's going to score on everyone? It's about who steals that one possession.
Right, it's going to be 48-41 or something.
Right,
And,
it
should be a great
crazy high score.
Now we're going to that game, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, we're going to that, and you're
Did
bringing
you see
Riley.
that? Yeah, I want to bring Riley.
Alex Michelson's going to go with us.
Good.
So far we've got 4. Anybody else at the station want to go?
I'm sure Laura would want to
Jorge's
go.
pass. Jorge's a hard pass.
pass.
Looks like.
Laura would want to go. She's a UCLA fan.
Oh, is Laura a UCLA fan? We don't.
But she
need-
wasn't included in the text. So.
Oh yeah, she wasn't on Momo's text, so she's out.
Blame Ramona.
She's out.
Blame Momo.
All right, so John, I did not see I saw the Lakers game Friday when they really locked down on defense and gave up 130 to Utah. Yesterday they lose to the Cavs, who just pulled away in the second half. All of a sudden, is it 2-7?
Yes, it is.
2-7.
2-7, and there's been an interesting thing that's happened in the last 2 games.
Don't play that yet.
Yeah, well, what you've given
That
up on
wasn't
the
me.
Rams,
That
you've
was
given
I
up
didn't
on the
hit. I did
Lakers.
not press the button. Don't come after me. I didn't press. I'm not the
Yeah, but
button
that's-
presser on that.
Yeah, but that's what you think. Do you,
You
think
just
the Rams
made
are
the
making?
list.
Do you think the Rams are making the playoffs?
No.
Do you think the Lakers are making the playoffs?
No.
Splash.
Here's the thing. Do you really get penalized for being honest on this show?
Well, I don't know if you are. Being
I'm-
honest. I don't
well,
think
why-
I don't think the Rams have been eliminated.
Well, they have not been eliminated. I'm just saying they're unlikely to go 6-3 to get to 9 wins. And if the Niners are there at 9 wins, they don't have the tiebreaker anyway. I just think it's an incredibly long shot for a 3-5 team to climb back to 9 wins. And
Well,
I'm
let me
trying
tell you-
to set
let me
my
tell you
expectations
this.
for it.
It was an incredibly long shot for LAFC playing a man down with 5 minutes to go and tie that game and send it to penalty kicks and win it. That's sports. It doesn't look good. It doesn't look good for the Lakers
No,
or
I
the Rams.
just want to be truthy.
Well, no,
I'm just going for truthy.
Okay, this is the truth. The
Yeah.
Rams have 9 games left.
Yeah, here's the truth. I will be at 4 of them.
Right, but you've already given up.
I don't anticipate. I'm just trying to set my realistic expectations.
Well, yeah, but you're realist. I'm looking at a text from you. The season is over. You have given up. You're a quitter. The Lakers have 71
Let me wait a minute.
games
Let me
left.
ask you: do you think the Rams are going to make the playoffs?
I think it's possible. How about this? What odds would you give me? 100-1?
Yeah.
100 to 1 to get into the playoffs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
$1,000.
That's the
I
easy-
get $100,000.
Oh, wait,
We
no, I
can't
don't
do
have
that. He doesn't have. He only has
$100,000.
Well, I can take it,
$3,000.
I only have
take it from him
$3,000
next year. No, he'll be like Jeopardy. He goes just in arrears. He
This-
gets negative money.
This goes all the way to the end of next year.
Yeah. No, I've got $3,000 between now and the end of next year. John.
2023.
Yeah, it's not looking good for you.
It is not
But you're
looking
not
good.
dead yet.
Yeah.
See, I'm a glass half full guy. You're a glass half empty. You're
No,
the
I'm just
negative.
I'm trying to be real with the people.
Well, if you want to be, you can be real. You can look at any situation and focus on the negative, which you've chosen to do here. You think the Rams lost to Tampa Bay, their season is over. I think that's a ridiculous conclusion to come to, because if they would have made one more stop, they would be 4-4, and you would say the season's still alive.
Correct. 4-4, and you're in the race. 3-5,
Yeah.
you're not. I mean,
Of
it's
course
just
you
as
are.
simple
It's
as
one
that.
game.
I told you that on Friday. That's exactly what my
But
view was going to
fortunately
be.
for all Ram fans, you are not the arbitrator of what makes the playoffs.
No, of course not. But it is my job to sit here and tell the truth, and I don't think the Rams have played good football this year. I don't think
Well,
they've
that's
got
the
it.
truth. What isn't the truth is that the season is over.
Right. No, I will be there on Sunday. You're correct. Technically, the season is still going on, and I will be there for the rest of the games, including Sunday against Arizona. I may I mean, I it's funny. Somebody asked me at the game on Saturday at the LAFC game, "Are you gummied up?" I'm like, "No, I never gummy up during a game. I've got to be like locked in. I never do. I never gummied up at a game. At home, if I'm watching a game, absolutely.
Right. Well, isn't that gummying up for a game?
I'm talking about being at a game.
Okay.
Yeah, when I'm at a game, I never gummy up.
As long as you had a ride home, I'd have no issue with you being gummied up.
Yeah,
as long as you're not driving.
I like to remember the game.
Yeah, I mean, I play golf with guys that are like fully functional stoners. And,
yeah, I know you do.
It's ridiculous.
You do.
Hey, John, what do you think the line is? You're really good at this. What do you think the line is already for Rams Cardinals?
Next week,
Sunday.
Where is the game?
It's
here.
It's in LA.
Rams by 3.5.
I'll say Rams by 2.
It is Rams by 3.5, right on the line. Ireland.
Jeez. Yeah.
So they're basically getting home field.
Right. You get 3 for being at
Right.
home, and I said it's a coin flip of a game. They're going to want people to bet, so put the half on the Rams. I was either going 2.5 or 3.5.
That was a good bet.
No,
Nice
you're very. Oh, you know what we haven't mentioned? We're dealing with a mentalist today.
Oh, this is going to be fun.
This is so cool.
We've already talked to him.
Yeah, we've already talked to him. We talked to him at noon today. Actually, why don't we explain the entire thing next? Let's explain the entire thing next.
By the way, no way he pulls it off, right?
0 chance he
Can
pulls
I bet
this
you?
off.
He absolutely pulls it off.
0% chance.
I don't know how.
Okay.
Otherwise, I'd be a mentalist.
We'll
But
explain
he
the
will.
what, and you can decide the how.
Yeah, we'll let
coming
people.
up.
We should take some calls and let people decide whether or not he'll be able to do it.
Yeah.
There's no way.
We will do that. Coming up, we'll explain the whole thing. It is a championship Monday. The LAFC winner of the MLS Cup on Saturday at Bank of California Stadium. By the way, show's on YouTube today. You can go to YouTube, search ESPNLA. We are right there. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Hey, Laker fans, John Ireland here. Have you downloaded the new ESPNLA app? You got to get this thing. It's great. You can get Travis and Sliwa, Mason and Ireland, Sedano and Cap, and all of our Lakers talk with Slee right in the palm of your hand.
You're just one tap away from everything Lakers. You could even win Lakers tickets.
React to the Lakers on ESPNLA app.
Download the new ESPNLA app in the App Store or on Google Play.
$710 ESPN is giving you a chance to win $1 million.
$1 Million Mondays.
$1 Million Mondays.
Listen every Monday during football season to Travis and Sliwa, Mason and Ireland, and Sedano and Cap. All you have to do is make a super prediction.
And you can win $1 million.
And you can score tickets to a game at SoFi for just playing on $1 Million Mondays.
$1 Million Mondays.
710 ESPN.
Let's find out who's on the line right now.
Okay, I think we've got Geronimo Lopez on the line. Geronimo, where are you calling from, man?
West Covina.
Geronimo Lopez from West Covina. So you heard the sounder. That means you've already won Rams Cardinals tickets for Sunday at SoFi Stadium, and now you qualify to win $1 million. If you could tell us the 2 Super Bowl teams and the final score and nail it for $1 million. What do you got, Geronimo?
Okay, I got the Bills over the Eagles 28-14.
Bills
That's a good
28,
pick.
Eagles 14, Geronimo Lopez, West Covina. Geronimo, good luck. You'll be at the game on Sunday, see the Rams in Arizona. You got a shot at $1 million.
Listen every Monday for $1 Million Monday this football season on LA's Mega $1 Million Sports Station.
Everybody's got a prize.
710 ESPN.
All right, Championship Monday. I'm actually, Ireland, I need some of your goofy back exercises. Today I thought, my back went out again.
Oh, I got a bunch of them.
Yeah, I know.
Well, I can give you a guy. I'll send you his number right now.
Yeah, send me a number because I need a guy.
Yeah, call this guy. He'll do it over Zoom.
He can fix my back over Zoom?
Yep. He'll come to your house if you want, but he can do it over Zoom.
That's a miracle
too.
worker. All right. So earlier today, first of all, last week we saw a mentalist named Oz Perlman do something at Seattle Seahawks practice that was stunningly amazing. Actually, listen to this.
Let's welcome Oz Perlman. Oz, come on down. Let's do this.
Right,
How are we doing, Seahawks?
He's going to go to DK Metcalf.
We got you
first.
fired up. All right, folks. Physical, it's one thing to train your body, but how do you train your mind? And my job is getting inside people's heads. So what do you do for a living? Let's try this. Do me a favor. Do you have your phone?
Yes, sir.
Let me grab your phone for a
That's
second.
Metcalf.
How many times do you think you've done this code? Thousands of times. It's muscle memory. I could wake you up middle of the night, hold out your finger. Would anybody here possibly know your code?
No.
Give me your finger. Watch this. Don't say a word. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0. Now think, where do you move? Do you go up? Do you go down? Left, right, down, up. Look at that. He's not even breathing. You did the first number. You did the second number. Think where you go next. You went back. It's like you sprung back. Is there any way in the world anybody here could possibly know your code? You walk in this room. You have no idea who I am. You have no idea what's about to happen. Give me your finger. You went here, and then you went up and you went down. Boom, 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 and we are in your phone.
All right, so we talked to this guy today, this Oz Perlman. And let's see. First of all, John, the description of your part of this.
All right, he told me to. So Oz is, where is he, Greg? He's back east someplace, right?
Back east.
Yes, he's back east. Different microphones.
All right, so he's back east. I'm in Salt Lake City in a hotel. Mason is in our studios in L.A. And he says to me, John, I want you to think, go to Wikipedia. So I go to Wikipedia, and he says, how many millions of profiles they have on there? It was something like 6 million or something.
Yeah, 6 million different Wikipedia
Think
entries.
of an athlete, any athlete, living or dead.
And not a Los Angeles athlete, because that would be a giveaway.
And I said, okay, I've got one. And he said, all right, now go Google into Wikipedia, do a Google search, pop up an image of that guy. I said, okay. And now put it on your phone. I go, okay. He goes, when I come on at 3:30, I'm going to tell you who you picked. Now, there's no way he could trace my computer or trace my phone. He doesn't know me.
He can't hack you.
Right? I mean, until today, I've never spoken to him.
So here's what he did with me. He said, pick somebody's birthday, then add your ATM PIN code, and then I forget, there was a third number. So I've got a 4-digit number here that there's no possible way he could know.
And he did tell us it's harder for him to do his thing over the phone, but he thinks he can do it, and he's coming on today at 3:30.
If he comes up with it, I'm just like, he's a witch.
Yeah.
Right. There's something weird going on if he figures out these two things, Bergman.
Yeah, I mean, there's something obviously weird. He's a mentalist, but I think he leads you to something. I don't know how he
Greg,
does it.
did you hear the call?
I did. I was sitting in the room.
Listening.
You guys were on speakerphone. I heard the whole thing.
Do you think I led him to something?
I think in some way it leads you to something.
There's no way
I don't know
he can
how.
know my ATM PIN
and
code.
Greg, I gave him no hints.
No, you didn't say anything. You said absolutely nothing to him the entire time. He said, okay, got it, okay.
Yeah, so, I mean, think about it. Any athlete living or dead.
What is that? Yeah, well, yeah, spin the wheel. Any athlete.
Yeah, if he does it, I'll be absolutely stunned.
Yeah, I will be stunned, too. Honestly, I will have to walk out.
I mean, you're going to be walking out because he's going to do it.
No.
You're gonna be shook. Like
I mean,
I did it.
Look, let's be real. You think he's going to come on here and get it
but
wrong?
Jorge, what you did
I know.
was an explainable trick.
Yeah, what you did was a trick,
Yeah.
which I have since repeated, although I screwed
And
it
you
up when I
failed
did it
today.
with Tyler.
Yeah, how did you ruin that, by the way?
I tried to do it to Doug Mann, and I screwed it up.
I did it with Juan over the weekend, and he was like, no, you have to tell me how you did it. You have to tell me.
Did you tell him?
Otherwise, it's creepy. And I said, well, all right, so here's how I did it.
It's awesome. You
Not
told
that
him.
big a deal. I told him.
Oh, you shouldn't have told him. You should have just been
I
creepy.
I didn't want him to.
Creepy
have
Mace.
A creepy night. All right, so John, Lakers. Are we up? No, we're not. Okay. It's a little scrambled in here today. So Lakers lose Friday to the Jazz and yesterday to the Cavs.
Yeah, and there's a weird thing going on with the Lakers. And I want to ask you guys, who should be blamed for this? Whose fault is it? Okay?
Mm-hmm.
In both games, Anthony Davis has come in the first half and been great.
Yep.
Led the team in scoring, scored 20 points, got a lot of rebounds, running everything through him. Both games at halftime looking good.
And then
Second half, 2 shots.
Yep.
2 shots on Friday, 2 shots yesterday. Is that AD's fault? Is it the point guard's fault? Is it Darvin Ham's fault? How do you explain a team getting that much productivity out of Anthony Davis in the first half and then 0 in the second half?
100% AD's fault. And Darvin Ham basically
he doesn't bring the ball up.
Darvin Ham basically said as much. I read an article in The Athletic today. He's like, AD, we've got lots of sets for him. He needs to call his own number if he has to. He's not doing it. I don't, that is we say all year, if he stays healthy, if LeBron stays healthy, if AD stays healthy. I think where we are right now is AD does not attack in the second half. AD is not aggressive in the second half. AD is not, as Darvin Ham said, calling his own number. That's not happening at all.
Some of it is a little bit of this. So teams with good coaches, and both on Friday, Utah, this guy Will Hardy, who I'm going to see again tonight, is really good. He's a really good young coach. Came out of Popovich's tree.
Right.
Was the lead assistant last year for the Celtics. He's the new head coach of the Jazz. I think what happens is they go into the locker room at halftime, and same thing yesterday with J.B. Bickerstaff, really good young coach. I think they go into the locker room at halftime and they say, all right, Anthony Davis is killing us. Let's take away AD defensively and force them to do something else. But when that happens, the Lakers got to come up with a counter. The Lakers got to find a way to keep AD involved. And tonight will be interesting because no LeBron, no Lonnie Walker, no Pat Beverly. So it's really up to AD and Russ to keep this game competitive. And I think the only way they can is if AD takes shots all 4 quarters.
Now, let me ask you something, John. So this is the same thing that you do against Milwaukee. Giannis is killing us. We got to find a way to stop Giannis. Let's just let's take him out of the game.
Right.
Nobody can do it. Why is it that Anthony
Yeah,
Davis
fair question.
that happens to Anthony Davis? No, you can't. He can just exert his will. He could do whatever he wants if he really wanted to. But why is he not like Giannis in that situation?
Well, a couple things. Number one, when Giannis gets a rebound, sometimes he just gets it and dribbles end to end. And I've seen him do it in like 3 dribbles. It's pretty freaky. And that way he's creating his own. AD I guess could do that, but he's not really a ball handler like Giannis is. That's number one. Number 2 is that Milwaukee has shooters. They have Drew Holiday. They have Chris Middleton.
So they keep him honest.
Right. So if you sag, then all of a sudden the ball gets dumped out and those guys beat you. We don't have those shooters.
Here's what Darvin said after the game. He said, we have a playbook, we have a menu, and a bunch of sets where AD can be featured. You just have to be organized, slow down, and be organized and get what you want. He's got my blessing to scream out, call his own number. We tried to get him going, tried to get Bron going on some post actions and some step-ups and some pick-and-roll stuff. It's not like we're not trying.
Isn't that kind of throwing those guys under the bus by Darvin Ham?
Well, I think he's answering the question honestly.
Yeah, he's saying, AD, call your own number.
He should.
Go, man, go.
But
attack.
Here's what's been the most disappointing thing about the last 2 games. Their defense, up until the last 2 games, has actually been really good. The last 2 games it hasn't, particularly
Utah.
The other night against Utah was really bad. So
130 points.
Right.
God.
So they've got to get their defense back in order and by you guys, you haven't been at the game, so you don't know this, but It is the weirdest, maybe the strangest individual turnaround I've ever seen.
Westbrook, right?
Yep. When he comes into the game, he gets a standing ovation.
An MVP chance, from what I understand.
Anytime he does anything good. He has, I don't know why, maybe it's because he's accepted his role, or maybe because, like, I've always admired about him, he plays harder than everybody else. But the same fans who used to boo him and dare him not to shoot are cheering him louder than any other player.
Yep.
It's unbelievable.
Well, you know what? He completely deserves it because he did settle into that role. He has been great off the bench. There's not a single knock I can say about Russell Westbrook.
I wonder
right
what
now.
they do tonight. It's because 3 starters are out. No, Darvin has said he's marrying Russ to the bench. He loves him in this 6-man role. But with 3 starters out, no Beverly, no Lonnie Walker, no LeBron, you got to start him, don't you?
Yeah, probably.
I mean, who else would you start in that situation?
I think you're kind of stuck, right? You've got to start Russ.
Kendrick Nunn,
I mean,
Austin Reeves.
They started Kendrick Nunn over the weekend. They started Austin Reeves yesterday.
Matt Ryan, does he get a start?
Yeah, you could.
Yeah, I suspect he's going to. Here's my takeaway from.
I would bet you he doesn't.
Here's my takeaway from the Lakers, John.
Season's over.
No. We're just not good enough.
Don't forget to bring a towel.
We're just not good enough. Like, I can't say, it's because of Westbrook. Westbrook's been great since he settled into this role. We don't have as many good players as the other team does. I think in the end, that's one of the issues. We're shy on talent. And for whatever reason, that third quarter, that fourth quarter, we are just a disaster in that third and fourth quarter.
I don't think anything you said is unfair, but this is what I would tell Laker fans. It's not they're a work in progress. They're building something up. I don't know if the Lakers can make this big of a turn this quickly, but just remember that last year at Christmas, the Celtics were 24-24, and they made the finals. I think a realistic goal for the Lakers would be try and get back to 500 by Christmas. Try and do what the Celtics did last year. I don't know if they can do it because, like you say, I think there is a talent disparity. But I think if they continue to pivot towards defense, which is what Darvin says he's doing, so he's going to get these guys to try and play defense every game, and that's going to be where their practice habits are, what they concentrate on. The shooting Mace can't stay this bad. They're the worst three-point shooting team in the NBA. They're also the worst three-point shooting team in NBA history. But it's only been 10 games.
But isn't it fair to say that they didn't round up three-point shooters when they had the chance?
Yes, I don't think that's unfair to bring up. But here's what I'm saying. Even the guys they have never, throughout their careers, been this bad. I mean, LeBron is shooting 20% from three. LeBron has made one of his last 17 three-pointers. He's never been in a slump like this. So they've got to get that straight. Even if they would just revert to close to their career averages, they don't even have to reach them all the way. They'll win some of these games because of their defense. But it might be a long year. I mean, you've got to prepare. Here's what I've prepared myself with both the Lakers and the Rams. I no longer think that I think you have to be willing to consider everything now. You know, like before I would say, no, I would never trade those guys, or I would never do that. I'm going to try and not to do that. I think you got to keep an open mind. These are two teams that with championship aspirations that, you know, you used to make suggestions like trade everybody, trade AD, trade LeBron, and I would say you're crazy. I now think, well, you got to consider everything now. You know, would you trade Aaron Donald? Probably not.
No.
But what if you could get 6 first-round picks for him?
I think Aaron Donald's going to retire.
All right, but that's what I'm saying.
He filed retirement papers.
He's got a 3-year deal he just signed.
Yeah, but Mace, maybe that's why you move him. Greg just pointed out, he's got a 3-year deal. You move him to a team like Kansas City or Buffalo and get a bunch of young guys and picks? I would have said you're absolutely insane to even consider that.
Wait a minute. This is the opposite of your Khalil Mack take with
them picks.
Yeah, I mean,
right.
We were talking about trading the single best player in the single phase of the game that they are doing the best.
Right.
Like this is they have a pass rush. His name is Aaron Donald.
If you came to me and said, "Hey, the Rams are 3-5. The Lakers are 2-7."
And just to be clear, we're past the trade deadline in the NFL.
Yeah. The Rams are 2-7. or the Lakers are 2-7. The Rams. Somebody asked me today, who's going to win? Who's going to have a better record? Somebody tweeted this to me. Let me find it. Lamel, who has a better record after 17 games? Lakers or Rams? What do you think?
Rams.
Maybe. But now I think you consider things that you wouldn't have considered before.
But I'm not in favor. Well, actually, we'll do that coming up because I have a thought on that. And also, we've got somebody that did this person tweet to us with all the obscenities, or
yeah, somebody tweeted me. It was on one of those shows like Bergman used to do,
late night
like
dance party hoedown on your phone.
Are you the guy who does the Lakers dance party hoedown on your phone?
After we play it, somebody will be able to call us and tell us exactly where it came from.
Okay,
but it is a Laker fan at wit's end. It's just. It's very funny.
Okay.
We'll play it coming up.
We will do that coming up next for you. Then we got Bobcat. It is a championship Monday. LAFC wins the MLS Cup Saturday at Bank of California Stadium. Thanks again. We loved having the MLS Cup here in studio, the Championship Cup. John McCarthy, the MVP, was here. Really, really cool earlier in the show. I'm sure you can get it on podcast or whatever you want. Mason in Ireland.
710 ESPN is giving you a chance to win $1 million.
$1 Million Mondays.
$1 Million Mondays.
Listen every Monday during football season to Travis and Sliwa, Mason and Ireland, and Sedano and Cap. All you have to do is make a super prediction.
And you can win $1 million.
And you can score tickets to a game at SoFi for just playing on $1 Million Mondays.
$1 Million Mondays.
710 ESPN.
Hey, Laker fans, John Ireland here. Have you downloaded the new ESPNLA app? You got to get this thing. It's great. You can get Travis and Sliwa, Mason and Ireland, Sedano and Cap, and all of our Lakers talk with Slee right in the palm of your hand.
You're just one tap away from everything Lakers. You could even win Lakers tickets.
React to the Lakers on ESPNLA app.
Download the new ESPNLA app in the App Store or on Google Play.
Hey Rams fans, Travis Rogers here. You have got to get the new ESPNLA app. In fact, let's go down to the locker room and get a little help.
What's up, Rams fans? This is Matthew Stafford. React to the Rams on the new ESPNLA app.
This is Cooper Kupp of the Los Angeles Rams. Listen to all your Rams talk on the ESPNLA app.
You are just one tap away from Rams All Access. Travis and Slee, Mason and Ireland, and Sedano and Cap. Download it now on the App Store or Google Play.
Championship Monday. LAFC wins the MLS Cup on Saturday at Bank of California Stadium. If you were lucky enough to be there, you will tell your grandkids about it because it was a wild day, up and down, and ultimately in extra time, at the end of overtime, this happened.
Palacios looking, throws it on the ground to Elias Sanchez on the far side. LAFC trailing 3-2. Cheeky dragging it to the end line. Palacios keeps it in play to Bale in the middle.
Gareth Bale has tied it up! Gareth Bale has tied it up! It's 3-3! Jump for LA Football Club, ole! Ole! Jordan, and Gareth Bale delivers. It's 3-3.
And that was the moment that set up PKs, and ultimately LAFC won. John McCarthy, the goalie who won it in PKs, was here. He was the MVP. He was here a little while ago. Just a fantastic. I'm wearing my LAFC scarf. I'm like ready. I did sit next to Morales for the game, which was annoying. You know, Morales doesn't shut up during a game.
But he said you never talked to him.
I never talked to him. He talked at me.
Oh,
he
okay.
talked at me the entire game.
Sounds like Chris.
It is so Morales. It is so Morales. All right, so somebody tweeted us a rant, and it's a Lakers fan named Mike, and he was on one of those, like, remember Bergman used
I don't think Mike was the one who tweeted it. I think someone recorded it on one of those late-night dance party hoedown shows and sent it to us.
Okay.
Now, what did we decide, to play the whole thing or just half of it?
I put in the whole thing, and everything's bleeped out.
All right, so it's 2.5 minutes long,
Yeah.
but let's just say it never slows down.
Here we go.
Get me to a spaceship and take me back to the 80s when we were winning titles and got to 8 of 10 finals. This is dog. This is not acceptable. Quit breaking down. We suck right now. This is unbelievably bad. I'm sick of this. I'm not going to put up with another crappy season. You guys haven't seen enough winning. You guys don't freaking get it. I see 12 titles. This is bullshit. We got to fix it or it sucks. You guys haven't seen maybe 1, maybe 2, maybe 3. I don't want to hear analysis. We suck. I don't need this dime-tier analysis. Listen to me what I'm saying. All right? We got to fix this quick. We look old. Our young guys can't play. We're get mad. I don't want to hear you guys in your I don't know. It doesn't look good. ADM did freaking get to make myself clear.
Yes, made himself clear.
Oh, it's not over.
I decided we've probably had
You couldn't take it anymore?
No, we got the idea. We got the
At the end, he says, I love you guys.
Does he at the end say, I love you
Yeah,
guys?
the
Oh, it's
second half
beautiful.
actually gets all ramped up again.
Yeah, I mean, I understand the frustration. I mean, John, you just suggested we're 2-7. You just suggested get to 500 by Christmas, and
I think that should be and it may not be a realistic goal. They may just not have the personnel to do it.
oh, I've got an idea. All I want for Christmas is a 500 record.
It may be a big ask.
It is a big ask.
Yeah, you're not getting that.
The schedule does get easier. But
yeah, the schedule does get easier. That is true.
Not necessarily.
The problem
next
is we
2
don't
games.
necessarily get better.
Hey, here's what I would say.
Yeah.
We're 1 game behind the Warriors. That's what I'm talking about. We're 2 games behind the Clippers.
See, there you are. You're selling basket full of sunshine.
No, I'm not. I'm saying
And it's really a box of hair.
You know what I'm giving you? Facts.
Of hair?
Yeah, a box of hair. Isn't that
Buy
an
a box
expression?
of hair.
I think that's an expression.
No, but I think you should copyright
Box
it.
of
I think
hair,
it's
you
good.
see?
No, not really.
No, I don't think it's a 30s thing. Box of hair. I think that's
Box of hair, it just sounds gross. Why would anybody keep a box of hair near them?
box of hair. It is an
Well,
expression.
that's his point. I'm selling something that has little or no value.
Sure. I mean, a box of hair? Like,
It's
where
actually
did your mind go to that?
a derogatory metaphor used to insult someone's intelligence level and comprehension of common sense.
Well, then it fits right in.
It does.
Yeah.
It's a real thing?
It's completely
No.
appropriate, yeah.
Every time Mason says something that doesn't sound real, we look it up
It
and
is.
it's real. I gave up that a long time ago. He makes up stuff all the time and it's always real.
Box of hair should not be real.
Box of
nobody
hair is
nobody
real.
should make that an idiom. That's just crazy.
Box of hair is real. It's like dumb as a box of rocks, only it's hair.
That's one way to put it.
Dumb as a box of hair. What do you mean? That's it.
I mean, that's pretty
And
dumb.
meanwhile, Ireland's got, he's riding a unicorn, and there's a rainbow and a leprechaun with a pot of gold, and it's a 500 record at Christmas.
Yeah. 500 record at Christmas. That's what I'm hoping for.
Are you calling that or are you hoping for that?
No, I'm hoping.
Okay.
I don't think
Okay.
it's necessarily all that realistic, but the Celtics had a 500 record at Christmas last year and ended up in the final.
But they were good.
Yeah, that's like
They weren't
yesterday.
good. They
That's
weren't
like
good.
yesterday. If the Rams had won, we'd been 4-4, and I'd have said, "We're in it. We're just not good."
Right. The Rams season isn't over.
No, I'll be there on
despite what
Sunday.
you say.
I'll be there on Sunday.
Yeah. You'll be there.
I
all
do
mopey.
not believe we're going to win the World
like
Series.
those,
I don't believe we're going to win the Super Bowl this year.
You're like the Indian fans in Major League.
I don't believe you're going to win an
Sitting
NBA
outfield.
title this year. I don't believe the Rams are going to win a Super Bowl this year. You got to be honest with the people.
Well, you can be what you think is honest. I just think you're being negative. You're a naysayer. Say nay.
Nay.
You're a glass half empty guy.
Nay. Yeah, that glass is half empty. I have half the glass.
In your case, you're almost fully empty.
Don't forget to bring a towel.
Yeah. I mean, giving up on November 7th on both the Rams and the Lakers.
No, I'm not giving up. I'm just saying, wait a minute.
Do you want me to
All
read
I'm
the
saying
text
is,
you sent me over
yeah,
the
go
weekend?
ahead. I said it was a
The
must-win.
season
They
is
didn't
over?
win. Season's over, yeah. Season's over. We're not winning.
not.
I saw how bad they played. By the way, listen to Romo and, is that still Nance?
Nance,
They
yeah.
jumped around all over the place now, so I have trouble keeping track of them. So, yeah, listen to Romo and Nance. They're basically talking about how bad both of those teams are through the entire game. It was basically a litany of all the things wrong with the Buccaneers and the Rams.
Well, I think at one point they said no team has ever made the playoffs that average less than 70 yards a game rushing, and both of those teams do.
We literally don't have a running back.
Either does Tampa Bay.
Well, not literally.
Well, they've got that. Well, yeah, you're right. Not literally. Thank you. That's like when I say a pitcher is literally unhittable. No, he can be hit.
Figuratively.
He can be hit. Figuratively, yeah, that's the right word. And then Ireland, you sent this. Here's a complete list of the current NBA free agents considering the way the season is going. I don't believe. Do you believe any of these guys actually make a difference?
I don't know. Well, is there any names on that list that jumped out at you?
Looking.
I mean,
No.
there's nobody. I don't think there's anybody.
No, I
that-
don't think there's anybody that's going to change
But
the world.
If you're losing, it might be worth mixing it up. Bring one of those guys in, see if you get lucky.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't know if LaMarcus Aldridge has anything left in the tank at this
Probably
point.
not.
DeMarcus Cousins, you really want to roll the dice on DeMarcus
Boogie!
Cousins? Hey, just for fun, let's get Taco Fall.
Oh yeah, he's fun. 7'6".
He'd be fun.
That's what I'm talking about.
We're back to that team that had Kobe and all the little kids.
Well, we're not too far from it now.
Yeah,
No,
I mean, we're
no,
right
not
there.
there, yeah.
We're right there. All right, Bobcat's coming up next. It's Championship Monday! Got to keep circling back around to that. Monster game at Bank of California Stadium. Congratulations to Larry Bird, the owner, all the other owners that are involved. John McCarthy was there, Carlos Vela, the MVP. John was the MVP. Carlos Vela was the MVP for the season. Just an unbelievable game. Really cool to be there. And thanks to them for coming in today. All right, coming up next is Bobcat Bergman's going to throw a bunch of stuff at us. Mason and Ireland, 7:10.
$710 ESPN is giving you a chance to win $1 million.
$1 Million Mondays.
$1 Million Mondays.
Listen every Monday during football season to Travis and Sliwa, Mason and Ireland, and Sedano and Cap. All you have to do is make a super prediction.
And you can win $1 million.
And you can score tickets to a game at SoFi for just playing on $1 Million Mondays.
$1 Million Mondays.
710 ESPN.
Hey, Laker fans, John Ireland here. Have you downloaded the new ESPNLA app? You got to get this thing. It's great. You can get Travis and Sliwa, Mason and Ireland, Sedano and Cap, and all of our Lakers talk with Slee right in the palm of your hand.
You're just one tap away from everything Lakers. You could even win Lakers tickets.
React to the Lakers on ESPNLA app.
Download the new ESPNLA app in the App Store or on Google Play.
Right, the other one got hacked. So the new one is corporate_Greg. Follow now, follow often.
Corporate Greg.
But now it is time for that Bobcat.
Bobcat.
It's time for Bobcat.
Bobcat.
Bobcat time. Take it away, Corporate Greg.
Corporate Greg.
Thanks, Chris and Amanda. All right, so I love this quote from Vladimir Guerrero of the Blue Jays. The other day, he made his thoughts on the Yankees abundantly clear. He said, I like to play in New York. I like to kill the Yankees. I would never sign with the Yankees, not even dead. What do you think about this quote, and when does he actually sign with the Yankees?
Yeah, I would never say that because you never know where your opportunity is.
Exactly. They got bags of money there.
But I think it'll be appealing to the Toronto fans. I think he probably scored some points with them.
Didn't say anything about the Dodgers, by the way. Just saying.
Yeah, didn't say anything about the Dodgers. Well, actually, we'll do that at 3 o'clock. I've got some numbers on who's going to be available, what the contract expectations are, who the Dodgers are in on, who they're not. That's coming up. I didn't like that question much.
Why? What was wrong with it?
I just didn't care for it.
Yeah, it was cool.
What? All right, you're just...
He's forgotten the question.
You didn't actually hear the question. You're getting mad at me earlier for not listening. You weren't listening at all.
Bobcat.
All right, so this is something I've been thinking about recently. The bathroom in this building puts the toilet paper underneath instead of over the top. Mm-hmm. Are you a crazy person like me that gets upset when the toilet paper is not over the top?
I've never understood this. I can honestly tell you guys, I'm not making this up.
Mm-hmm.
I have never noticed in my entire life whether it's over the top or underneath.
What?
I just make it work.
Yeah, I got to be honest. It doesn't make a difference. Like at home,
There's a
I
bathroom
think it changes every time.
Where I am now, I can't, and I've used it twice. I can't tell you if the paper is over the top or underneath.
It always has to be over the top.
Why?
It just doesn't make sense because then it gets
rule?
stuck when it's
Who made
underneath.
that
When it's
rule?
under
It's
the
you.
bottom,
You just
it gets
invented a
stuck.
rule.
No, it's not. Jorge, can you
Bergman's
get my
rules.
back on this, please?
I'm a wipes guy, dog.
Yeah,
over the top is the right way to go
seriously,
in every sense.
All this again, this is you and your insane personality.
Pistachio.
Yeah, it is. It's like the worst thing in the world is a pistachio nut that I can't open.
No, this
do
is
you really,
annoying.
Do you really waste time wondering if
Yes.
the toilet paper is over the top or underneath?
What else am I going to do in the
How
bathroom?
much RAM do you have in your head? You want to waste it on that?
Yes, I do because
Yeah,
I
you're
don't
an idiot.
actually bring my laptop into the bathroom
This
with me.
is 2 bad questions in a row.
You're bad questions. All right, let me go to the
I'm
next
bad
one.
questions.
All right, Jorge, what you got?
Okay, so according to
You're bad questions.
according to the New York Post, Jeff Bezos and Jay-Z will make a bid for the potential purchase of the Washington Commanders. What do you guys think of Bezos and Jay-Z buying the Commanders?
Well, I think that it's better than Daniel Snyder, so I'm in.
Yeah, and Bezos has stupid money. They will spend and spend and spend. I mean, I think that you could do worse than having the guy that, invented the thing that we all use virtually all the time. I mean, Jeff Bezos is a brilliant guy. So, yeah, I think and having Jay-Z involved would be great. I am completely in favor of owners who are rich enough that it doesn't really matter how much they spend on their team, that they're toys as opposed to they're my source of income. So Bezos fits that bill. I would say Bezos is a great guy to own an NFL team.
Bobcat.
Bobcat.
This is not going well at all. All right, so Dan Campbell.
Wait a minute, you asked a question, we answered a question. How's it not going
all
well?
right,
Yeah,
all
cool.
right. Dan Campbell and the
Great.
Lions beat the Packers yesterday.
Championship Monday. Go ahead.
After the game, he said, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm exhausted. I want to go home and drink a beer. Has Dan Campbell started to grow on you a little bit, or is he still just a terrible coach with a great get a beer with me personality?
Rah-rah guy almost never gets you to the title. Rah-rah guy can be fun and easy to root for, and we're going to bite your kneecaps off, and I'm going to cry after wins. I'm going to cry after losses. Rarely, occasionally.
Pete Carroll.
Occasionally.
Pete Carroll's a rah-rah guy.
Dick Vermeil, rah-rah
Dick
guy.
Vermeil, rah-rah guy.
Occasionally you get a guy like that. 90% of the time they don't work. So I think Dan Campbell is probably out after 3 years. This is year 2. So he'll probably have another year to get. I mean, he had a huge win over the weekend, but everybody's beating the Packers now.
Yeah, the Packers are terrible.
So I think Dan Campbell is not long for an NFL head coaching job.
It's a shame because everybody knows Dan Campbell said he wants to bite people's kneecaps off, and that's memorable. That's
and he wants to get an actual pet lion, put him on a chain, and walk him around the Lions practice facility. That alone would be entertaining.
Yeah.
But I don't think he's a very good
Yeah,
kid.
being entertaining does not necessarily go along with being a great coach.
Yeah.
So I
Remember
think
Jerry
probably
Glanville?
John's right.
Jerry Glanville was very fun, had a lot of fun sayings, just didn't win.
Bobcat.
All right, so Sean Devaney is an NBA insider. I don't know where he is anymore, but he used to be at
Is it Devaney or
Sporting-
Devaney?
It's Devaney.
It's Devaney, Sean Devaney. I don't know where he is now. I think he used to be at Sporting News, though, I think.
And you're quoting him, and you don't know where he is.
I don't know where he is now, but I know who he is specifically.
Yeah, you know
What is
so
wrong?
much you call him Devin.
Well, look, I'm just reading the name.
You guys are
This
tight.
is awful. All right, so but he got a scoop that said the Dallas Mavericks are
My
a team.
favorite Bobcat ever.
Wow.
The Dallas Mavericks are a team to keep an eye on for Ben Simmons. Who in the hell still wants Ben Simmons on
It's
their team?
unbelievable. You told me this earlier today. I'm like, Ben Simmons, apparently he's going to play tonight. But who wants to be in the Ben Simmons business at this point? I cannot imagine Dallas wants to sign up for Ben Simmons.
That is a great question, but remember, Mace, what did I tell you about professional sports? Everybody thinks they can turn everybody around. Like they if we bring him into our culture, we'll turn him around right away. And on a lot of you can do the dance of the lemons here. Like, let me just ask you, before last week when Russell Westbrook turned a corner,
right?
Wouldn't you have traded Russell Westbrook for Ben Simmons straight up?
It's a good question.
Now you probably wouldn't, because Westbrook looks like he's found something.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it now. Would I have done it then? Maybe. Although I've never been a Ben Simmons fan. I just don't. If you just can't.
Michael really likes.
Yeah, if you can't shoot, you can't shoot. I mean, and he's had lots of time to try to figure that out. He's just not going to be a shooter. He'll do everything but. Yeah, I can't imagine Ben Simmons is I mean, I know he fills up the box score, but he's not a guy you can go to in a big game.
Yeah, I don't think, and I'd be surprised if Dallas made a
Me
move
too.
on him.
I'd be surprised. I would be surprised.
Bobcat.
So Herndon Hooker is the quarterback at Tennessee.
Herndon Hooker.
And he has an NIL deal with French's Mustard.
Yes.
So some Vols fans showed up for college game day and chugged an entire bottle of mustard. Ireland, is this something you think you could do?
No. Matter of fact, one time when I was at UCLA, there was a famous alum that later got into trouble for selling tickets. But he came to all the road games. So I was a student at UCLA, and I was working for the campus station. And one day we're at a game in Boulder, and there's like 10 of us sitting around a table. And he walks in with a big bottle of Tabasco. He puts a $100 bill under there. And he puts the Tabasco on top of it. He goes, anybody you can shoot that whole bottle of Tabasco gets the $100. And I lunged for it to try and get it, but a friend of mine beat me to it.
Yep.
And my friend got sick after 4 drops.
Really? After 4 drops?
Yeah, like 4 drops, he couldn't do it. Have you ever tried to drink Tabasco straight?
No, but your friend sounds soft. I'm sure I could get more than 4 drops.
All right. So would you, for money, chug an entire thing of mustard? Like, we take the cap off the top, and you just drink it like it's a milkshake.
We should just do it.
How much money?
What do you want?
$1,000.
Oh, God, no.
$100.
I would probably do it for 100.
I think you would do it for 100.
Oh! John would do it for 100.
He's in tomorrow.
But
For 100, Ireland?
I don't think I could physically do it.
I just wonder about. I just worry about the after effects.
Yeah.
I just worry about. I can do the beginning part. The end part's going to be awful.
I guarantee you, right after I do it, I'll have to miss 3 games, and it just wouldn't work. But
it's a funny gag.
Yeah, these guys did it for free.
You know what I do like? I like what the one Bills guy who they put ketchup and mustard on. Have you seen that guy?
No.
They just shoot mustard and ketchup at him. They've got guns, and he gets covered with mustard and ketchup before a game. The Bills Mafia people. Yeah, Google that.
Then what does he do for the game?
I have no idea. I've not followed up on.
Just bakes in the sun with that?
Does he have like a hose that he can rinse it off with?
Yeah,
or something?
I've done no research on the after effects of this. I've just seen the pictures of him covered with ketchup and mustard. That'd be easier than drinking, guzzling mustard.
Yeah.
He said really take a shower
I think
after
I
that.
sent you guys video of the guy guzzling mustard. He seemed like he was fine afterward.
Boom.
I'm sure he would be fine. I mean, mustard's good. I like mustard.
See you in 8 hours.
All right, am I weird that I will only – this is a weird thing with me. Hot dogs, mustard only. Hamburgers, ketchup only. Am I the only one like that?
Nope.
No.
You have that much RAM in your head that you can think about doing that?
Hey,
No, I'm just telling you that's what I do. I don't give it any thought. If you give me a hamburger, I say, do you have any ketchup? And if you give me a hot dog, I say, do you have any mustard?
I just ketchup only on a hot dog. That's it.
Ketchup only on
That's
a
it.
hot
hot
dog.
dog.
I'm
So you're
mustard
the
only on
opposite
a
of
hot
me.
dog. And ketchup only on a burger. I'm exactly
So you're
like
the same as
Ireland.
me.
Yeah. Although mayo is really
Mayo and ketchup.
Mayo
on a
and
burger.
ketchup
Yeah,
together
no.
is
No
awesome
mayo,
on a burger.
period.
Oh,
Just get rid of
Thousand
mayo
Island.
altogether.
Thousand Island.
It doesn't exist. Should not exist.
Why?
Because mayo's not good. It's gross.
Wait, what do you put on a turkey sandwich?
Not mayo. I'll probably put mustard, yellow mustard.
Yeah, mayo on a turkey sandwich.
Mayo's good.
Mayo's
Mayo's
just
bomb.
disgusting.
You're missing out on mayo.
No, mayo's not good.
Mayo's great.
Ugh.
All right,
Bobcat.
that's where we finish. Mayo's great.
Wow.
Sure.
Wow.
Wow.
All right, so coming up next, John, we've got a Mentalist coming up at 3:30.
Yeah, if he pulls this off, I'll be
I will be dumbfounded.
yeah, there's no way. All right, so again, setting this up, he told me, we talked to him at noon, Mason and I, on the phone. This guy's back east.
His name
And
is
he goes,
Oz Perlstein.
Perlman,
sorry.
And he said, John, I want you to go to Wikipedia. I said, okay. He goes, type in the name of any athlete, living or dead, ever. I type in the athlete. Don't tell him who it is.
Right.
He goes, pull up an image. I go, okay. He goes, save it to your phone. I go, okay. He goes, I'm going to tell you who it is at 3:30.
That's nuts. And so for me, he says, pick a birthday of somebody you know, and then add your PIN code from your ATM, and then add one more thing. I forget what it was. And so I've got a 4-digit number. Ireland, I'll send you the 4-digit number. You send me a picture of the athlete so that we can freak each other out if this works.
Okay.
We'll do that. That's at 3:30. In the meantime, I've not done the Grubhub password yet, and I'm dying for a donut. Plus, I do have Jim Bowden did a really good job of laying out all the MLB free agents and what their contracts might be and all that kind of stuff, and whether the Dodgers are in on stuff. We'll do that coming up too. Mason and Ireland, 710 ES.
710 ESPN is giving you a chance to win $1 million.
$1 Million Mondays.
$1 Million Mondays.
Listen every Monday during football season to Travis and Sliwa, Mason and Ireland, and Sedano and Cap. All you have to do is make a super prediction.
And you can win $1 million.
And you can score tickets to a game at SoFi for just playing on $1 Million Mondays.
$1 Million Mondays.
710 ESPN.
Hey, Laker fans, John Ireland here. Have you downloaded the new ESPNLA app? You got to get this thing. It's great. You can get Travis and Sliwa, Mason and Ireland, Sedano and Cap, and all of our Lakers talk with Slee right in the palm of your hand.
You're just one tap away from everything Lakers. You could even win Lakers tickets.
React to the Lakers on ESPNLA app.
Download the new ESPNLA app in the App Store or on Google Play.
Los Angeles sports.
And it is the biggest show on the radio. Mason and Ireland is on for your Monday afternoon. And it is a championship Monday in the Southland. Hope you had a great weekend, too, by the way. Part of that great weekend, LAFC, Bank of California Stadium on Saturday. The greatest MLS playoff match of all time. And LAFC won.
Sanchez for MLS Cup. Ilya LA, the right foot. Goal! They did it. They did it. LAFC have won MLS Cup 2022 on penalties. Joke for LA Football Club. Champions. Champions.
We celebrate today a Championship Monday on 7-Tip. By the way, I sat next to Mace during the match, and he didn't talk to me at all. But, I mean, that's on brand for Mace at sporting events and whenever he has to sit next to me, as we know. Meanwhile, what's going on with the Lakers and what's going on with the Rams? We got all of that. Let's get to it. A Championship Monday. Mason and Ireland, your Monday afternoon right now.
3 o'clock crowd. What's up, people? Hey, I just tweeted out a picture that was taken of me with Morales at the LAFC game on Saturday. And you can see, you get a feeling for what it's like to actually watch a game with him. Painful. Never shuts up. Ireland is in Utah today. We got Lakers versus Jazz tonight. The entire NBA takes tomorrow off for the election. Tomorrow is Election Day, so fill out your ballots and do all that stuff. All right, so, John, we have been doing this bit for a couple of weeks now. I have an uncontrollable need to order donuts through Grubhub, and it is the only delivery service I use, which means that since you changed my password to something only you would know, I would never know.
Right. I've told Bergman, but so now 2 people know.
Okay.
Me and Bergman.
So I'm allowed to ask one yes or no question.
Yeah, Bergman, I think he gets it this week, don't you?
Yeah, I think you can get it.
I think you're going to figure it out this week.
Here's my guess.
3 weeks.
Here's my guess, yes or no, right?
You get a question, and then you
question.
get a guess. Yeah.
Does it have something to do with my family? Oh, come on.
No.
I don't think I'm going to get it. I thought for a second there, I thought the password was not stepdad Leo, which would have been a good password.
It is not.
You say I said it. I've said it multiple times.
You said it Monday and Tuesday of last week. You did not
God,
say it
I'm
Wednesday,
go listen
Thursday,
to
or
this
Friday.
Effing podcast.
Hey, you think you can get the Mentalist to figure it out?
Oh yeah. The other thing is, so
that's a good question.
Yeah,
that is a good question. So the Mentalist, Oz Perlman, figured out DK Metcalf's cell phone code.
Yes.
Would he be able to figure out mine if I'm not next to him?
No, because remember he was talking about you went up, you went down, you went in, and you went out.
So, we'll ask him about that. He's coming up at 3:30.
Yeah, so I think it's like a visual thing. Yeah. All right, so let's do this. Jim Bowden, who's one of the really good baseball guys out there. We've known him for many, many years.
Yes,
and
friend of the show, Jim Bowden.
Knows his stuff. So he came out and did a very solid job of laying out who is going to be a free agent during this offseason in Major League Baseball and where those guys will likely wind up. So who do you think, just off the top of your head, who do you think is the Dodgers' number one target?
Aaron Judge.
You think it's Aaron Judge?
I do.
Jacob deGrom.
Okay, what do you think Jim says the contract for Aaron Judge is going to be?
10 years, $400 million.
He's got him at 8 years, $330 million.
Okay, I can see that because he's a little older.
He says the teams that are in it are the Yankees, the Giants, the Mets, the White Sox, and the Dodgers. 8 years, $330 million.
It's about $41 million a year.
The second guy, and this one I feel like as a target, Jacob deGrom. Remember, he's had injury history.
Yeah, I'd be very nervous giving Jacob deGrom a long-term deal, like a 6, 7, 8 year deal.
Jim predicts 2 years, $90 million with an opt-out after 1 year.
That's the Scherzer deal.
That's the Scherzer. Here's a whole bunch of money up front, and you can leave if you have a great season.
Okay.
I think that's good. He says Mets, Braves, Yankees, Giants, Orioles, and Dodgers.
Orioles? Why the Orioles?
I don't know. Orioles actually weren't bad this year.
They weren't bad, but who wants to go there?
Justin Verlander, the evil-hated Justin Verlander. Although I don't know if I feel the same about him because he wasn't technically doing the cheating. He didn't benefit from that in 2017. Yeah. All right. What do you think? Justin Verlander, free agent, What do you think he gets on the open market? Remember, he's a little older.
Yeah. 1 year, $38 million.
It's a good deal. 3 years, $135 is the contract prediction. And he's got Orioles, Mets,
That's
Braves,
45 a year.
Yankees, Astros,
And would take him to age 42.
and Dodgers.
What's it say about Trey Turner? Does it say anything about Trey Turner?
Yep, he does. What do you think the contract is?
Now, that's a big deal because he's younger. He is 10 years, $350.
He is not as. He says that his prediction is 8 years, $264.
Okay.
He says Braves, Mariners, Giants, Twins, Red Sox, Phillies, Cubs, Orioles, Angels, and Dodgers.
Why doesn't he just list the teams that aren't interested?
Yeah, I mean, basically he says everybody. Well, everybody should be on Trey Turner.
Yeah.
Okay, one more I want to do. This is Carlos Correa. Carlos Correa, who made $35 million this year with the Twins. He's has he opted out or?
Yeah, he opted out already.
He did opt out already.
Complete
Okay.
free agent.
What do you think for Carlos Correa?
6 years, $225.
Now he's big. 10 years, $327.
Okay.
Because he's on the younger side.
Yeah.
Giants, Twins, Braves, Mariners, Red Sox, Cubs, Tigers, Angels, Orioles, and Dodgers.
Yeah, Dodgers are in on everybody because their pockets are so deep.
Yeah, I mean, they can sign a, but I would imagine they only have one of those gigantic deals in them right now.
All right, if they could use it on one of those people, one of the names you've mentioned in the last 5 minutes, and only one, who do you want him to give it to?
Trey Turner.
Me too.
Yeah, me too.
Because he does more stuff.
He does everything.
And it takes care of your – he gives you a top-of-the-lineup hitter, competes for the batting title, excellent fielding shortstop, runs the bases really well, does it all.
Yeah.
You keep your 1, 2, 3 intact.
You keep your 1, 2, 3. You still have Mookie, Trey, Freddie. I mean, yeah. I mean,
by the way, just got announced that Julio Urias is a finalist for the Cy Young Award.
Nice.
With the other, you want to guess who the other two are?
Sandy Alcantara.
Correct.
And let's see, National League Cy Young.
Good team. On a good team.
On a good team.
Max Fried.
Yep.
Oh, Max Fried, right.
He's probably going to end up winning it. Or no, Alcantara's going to win. Sorry,
I think Alcantara's going to win.
He's already locked that up.
Yeah, I think he had that for a while. He actually throws complete games down there.
Like 7 of them.
I don't think they actually have analytics.
Did you see who the Mariners, not the Mariners, the Marlins picked for their manager?
No.
You guys didn't see this?
No, I didn't.
Isn't it Skip Schumacher?
Yep.
Oh, Skip Schumacher, yeah.
Who hit
Old friend?
Hit the walk-off home run that ended Vin Scully's career.
No. That was
Charlie Culberson.
That was Charlie Culberson.
Oh, was it? I thought it was
No, Charlie
Culberson.
Was
Culberson.
Oh, okay, so I mixed those up. Well, he was around. He was a
they
utility player.
They were in that same sort of role player thing.
You know,
yeah, that kind of
guy
role.
that plays all the infield.
Exactly. So, actually, let me throw this at you. We're kind of working through some stuff today. One of the all-time great holiday movies, not named Love Actually, is A Christmas Story. So this is the one where they wear the snowsuits.
Red Ryder BB gun.
Red Ryder BB gun. The tongue stuck to the cold light pole. All
Triple
that stuff.
Dog Dare You.
Triple Dog Dare. So coming November 17th, John, this is 10 days from right now, HBO Max, A New Christmas Story, starring Peter Billingsley, who played Ralphie in the original. Now, I am in on this just to see what it's like, but are you in on A New Christmas Story?
No. I didn't like the first one as much as other people.
Really?
Yeah, I thought it was good, but it didn't. I mean, I'd rather watch Home Alone than that.
See, I think it's cool because, first of all, I think it's more about Home Alone is about Christmas. It's a Christmas movie. I think this movie is more directly about Christmas, and I also think it's, I would say, Elf, A Christmas Story, and Love Actually are my 3 favorite Christmas movies. Am I missing anything?
It's a Wonderful Life.
Yeah, It's a Wonderful Life, sure.
The Holiday.
I don't know. It's not a holiday.
Excellent
Which one
movie.
is that?
Kate Winslet and Cameron Diaz switch houses.
That sounds annoying. I never saw it.
Yeah, you used to say the exact same thing about Love Actually. You used to hate it, and then you got dragged to the play, and now you love it.
It's a good movie.
Those are the three.
So you didn't Elf?
I loved Elf.
Oh my God, Elf is so funny.
But I would put it fourth behind. I would put Love Actually 1, It's a Wonderful Life 2, Holiday 3, Elf 4.
Really sleeping on Home Alone here. Home Alone should be in the
Home
top
Alone's
3.
my top 10.
Needs to be in the top 3.
That's
what about
the
Bad
one
Santa?
from Love Actually. Oh, Bad Santa's
Santa.
great.
Yeah, there you go.
Bad Santa's funny as
How
hell.
about Jingle All the Way?
No.
No, stop
Why do you
with your
keep
Jingle
pushing
All the
Jingle
Way.
All the
Because I
Way?
love that
What-
movie. Why?
Yeah, you and that's like your
Yes.
earnest, scared, stupid.
Yes.
Like,
Thank you, Jorge.
unbelievable.
All right, coming up. Don't forget, we're doing the Mentalist thing.
The Santa Claus with Tim Allen.
Oh, the Santa
That is a good movie.
That's a good one.
You just
That is a good
Googling
one.
Christmas movies?
No,
Yeah.
no, I'm not.
No, he just knows them by heart. Okay. Bergman, by the way, asked me when I put that in. He said, "Why do you want 5 seconds of that Mariah Carey song?"
And now I know.
I decorated this weekend a little bit.
No.
Yeah, I put
Way
some
too early.
garland and lights on my railing up to my house.
Have some respect for Thanksgiving.
It's
some
part of
respect.
Thanksgiving.
No.
What are you
No, it's
laughing
not.
at? Oh, I see what you're laughing at. Well, that's garland on my railing.
No. It's Thanksgiving. Make it all Thanksgiving colors.
No. Christmas is here. It's Christmas time.
The leaves are changing colors on the East Coast.
Stop, man. Look at this poem. Listen to this guy.
Yeah, the leaves are turning.
Fall back.
Okay. I had a very interesting experience on Saturday night at my house after the LAFC game that I wonder if I handled the right way. I'll explain it coming up next. Plus, we'll circle back to Lakers versus Jazz tonight, a rematch of Friday night in which the Lakers gave up 130 points. They're without LeBron, without Pat Bev, and without Lonnie Walker for tonight. We'll get into that. And the smoke alarm battery
means
is still
get
out
ready
at my
for
neighbor's.
Matt Ryan night.
Matt Ryan again. Mason and Ireland, 710 ES.
$710 ESPN is giving you a chance to win $1 million.
$1 Million Mondays.
$1 Million Mondays.
Listen every Monday during football season to Travis and Sliwa, Mason and Ireland, and Sedano and Cap. All you have to do is make a super prediction.
And you can win $1 million.
And you can score tickets to a game at SoFi for just playing on $1 Million Mondays.
$1 Million Mondays.
710 ESPN.
Hey, Laker fans, John Ireland here. Have you downloaded the new ESPNLA app? You got to get this thing. It's great. You can get Travis and Sliwa, Mason and Ireland, Sedano and Cap, and all of our Lakers talk with Slee right in the palm of your hand.
You're just one tap away from everything Lakers. You could even win Lakers tickets.
React to the Lakers on ESPNLA app.
Download the new ESPNLA app in the App Store or on Google Play.
go. Christmas is here. Never too early, John. Never too early. John's in Utah.
This is rude. This is rude, Jorge.
Lakers versus Jazz tonight, John. They gave up 130 points on Friday. What is your expectation for tonight without LeBron, Lonnie Walker, 4, and Pat Bev?
A shock-the-world upset on the wings of Matt Ryan and Troy Brown Jr.
Can you say that tonight? Can you say on the wings of one of them?
Of course. Yeah, you guys already challenged me to do this last
We
year.
did it. Well, yeah, I know,
With
but
Stanley
Stanley Johnson
Johnson
had wings.
He actually did.
He did.
Yeah, but no, I will work it in tonight.
On the wings of Matt Ryan.
Yep.
Who's most likely got the wings tonight?
In this game?
Yeah.
Tell
you, somebody tweeted, it's not on the...
Lauri Markkanen has been their best player.
No Lonnie Walker on the wings of, let's see, who would it be?
Kendrick Nunn.
One Toscano Anderson.
Yeah, all possibilities. You gotta tune in to find out.
Yep, we will find out tonight. Lakers versus Jazz. You'll hear it here on 710 ESPN. So last night, John, or Saturday night, I get a knock on the door. And I never get a knock on the door. Like, I'll get a ring on my Ring doorbell.
Was it somebody offering to put a battery in a smoke detector?
No.
Okay.
It is. I wish it was. No, it was a guy trying to get me to vote for somebody.
Really?
So, yeah, and that's the first time that's happened.
Door to door?
This year, this door-to-door business. And I don't even remember the name of the person. I told Bergman earlier, I think it was Sam Ellinger, but then I realized, no, that's the Indianapolis Colts quarterback.
Yeah.
But let's just say it's Sam Ellinger. So this Sam Ellinger supporter comes to my door, and I get the knock, and I open the door. My dogs are going crazy. I'm stoned, and I'm like, yeah, I already voted. I voted for Sam Ellinger already, or whoever it was. And then they start talking, and they keep talking, and then he's like, can you call 5 of your friends and tell them to vote for Sam Ellinger? I'm like, the guy did his job really, really well, but I wanted to get out of there. I wanted to slam the door on him and say, thank you very much. I've already voted. Go Sam Ellinger. I'm moving on with my night. But I had to sit and listen to his whole pitch because my thought is, in a world where a lot of people aren't necessarily all that hopeful in terms of – here's a guy that actually believes in something. So I thought, I'm going to sit and listen to this guy. Did I do the right thing, or would you have slammed the door?
I said I got a bigger name on the other line.
Even though this poor guy is like out there knocking door to door on a Saturday night, he believes in this. He's like an Aaron Sorkin guy. He believes in the system. He believes he can make a difference. You just slam the door and say thank you.
I wouldn't slam the door in his face. I'd say I got something burning. I got to go.
Bergman, what would you do?
I would just be like, no, thank you, and close the door. I'd be out. I have no reason to sit there and
Jorge?
have a conversation.
I would say, no hablo inglés.
Gracias. So what you guys are saying is there's no point in people going door to door anymore in this age of politics.
Don't come to my door. I don't need anybody coming to my door to talk to me at any point. I mean, maybe if you live in the building, but otherwise, don't just randomly come up to my door.
If you live in the building.
No, you can come say hi, but otherwise, no. Do not talk to me. I don't need to hear what you have to say or what you're selling. Get out of here.
Poor kid. Tyler thinks he's paid. I don't believe he's paid.
The kid going door to door is paid?
Yeah, he's saying the kid's getting paid to go door to door. I think he's just doing it because he believes.
I think
he believes in something bigger than himself.
No, I think everybody's got a price, and his price was go door to door and solicit me for people to vote for me. And here's your paycheck.
I think you're very cynical.
And I'll give you a job in my new administration.
I think you're very. Sam Ellinger does not. By the way, Jeff Saturday, where the hell did that come from? I'm watching Sports Center
that
today.
would be the equivalent of the Rams announcing today Sean McVay out and DeMarco Farr in.
It completely is. Like Jeff Saturday, apparently he coached high school football down south somewhere. He's in the Colts Ring of Honor, and he's big Colt guy, but. You're really going to drop him in with no coaching experience to a team with really no quarterback just for the hell of it?
What could go wrong?
Yeah, I mean, it can't get worse, I guess, if you're Indianapolis.
This is an example of when the owner is making all the decisions.
Right.
Jim Irsay is kind of a wild card, and this has his fingerprints written all over it. Because Frank Reich is known as a pretty good coach. I think Frank Reich will probably get another job. But it's weird to do it in the middle of the season, and it's super weird to give it to somebody who's literally been working at ESPN and hasn't coached college or pro football ever.
Yeah, it's very strange. I was like, I was watching it on SportsCenter unfold because I think they announced it during the Stephen A. show or the First Take, and then they rolled into SportsCenter, and so we knew he'd been fired during the end of First Take, and then at the beginning of SportsCenter, it was like Hannah Storm. She's like, and apparently the new head coach is Jeff Saturday, who was just here last week as an analyst. Hey, did you know that there's free chicken sandwiches at Popeyes right now?
What?
Yeah. It is going on right now through Wednesday. It's a special buy one, get one free deal on the Popeyes chicken sandwich. You know that's one of my favorites.
Yeah, too bad I have your Grubhub password.
I know. It is really too bad. It is really too bad for me.
You want another yes or no question? I'll give you two today.
Okay, so I did family. Does it have something to do with the Dodgers?
No.
I'm running out of things.
You'll get it. You'll get it eventually.
I question whether I'll ever figure this out.
No, you'll get it.
Did you see that Magic Johnson came out and did a story about, I guess he was on Shannon Sharp's podcast. This is a guy after my own heart.
Why? Because he went on Shannon Sharp's podcast?
No. Because he and his family take a month-long vacation every year.
Oh, I know about this vacation.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
He apparently Cookie invites anybody she wants on the trip.
Who's a regular on that vacation?
Mm-mm.
Samuel L. Jackson.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
He takes off no golf for a month when he goes on Magic's boat.
What I wouldn't give for 1 month of consecutive vacation.
Well, you pretty much do it now.
No, I don't. I never get more than a week.
Month of December off.
I take 1 week in December, and I'm working through the holidays this year.
Yeah, but last year I think you.
No, I worked through the holidays last year too. The holidays are actually easy to work through because there are a lot of preemptions and stuff. Yeah. So I work through the holidays now. But to have 1 month to travel would be friggin' awesome because in 1 week it's hard to go anywhere.
Well, it's never stopped you before.
No, I get somewhere. You know where we're thinking about going for this Christmas or for December is Guatemala. That's one of the countries that we've not been to in Central America.
Well, there you go.
But a month-long vacation. So Samuel L. Jackson. Who else has been on those trips?
Rodney Pete's been on that trip.
Really?
Yeah. I'm trying to think of. I don't think Worthy's ever gone.
No.
But I've heard about it. It's pretty. So here's a great story I heard. They're on that trip.
Yep.
And they're walking down the street. Samuel L. Jackson and Magic Johnson in some town in Italy.
Okay.
And the next day in the paper, the picture appears on the front page of the paper, and it says, Danny Glover and Lawrence Fishburne visit Italy.
Wow.
I went, really? 0 for 2 on Magic Johnson and Samuel L. Jackson? You couldn't get one of those guys? And you named two people less famous than both of them? That's lazy.
Magic said that his heart is in Italy.
He's there every year.
On a boat, right? On a yacht.
Yep.
What a life. And he's part owner of the LAFC. It's Championship Monday. He's part owner of everything. Part owner of the Dodgers.
Probably part owner of the Starbucks you went to this morning.
Probably. Runs that, owns that. What's our deal with our shifted Starbucks?
I haven't heard from them yet, but I'll go back down there this week to find out more.
Yeah, because we're going to do an honest day's work and work as a barista one day.
Can't wait to see that. It'll be great. I'm going to order the most complicated drink I can possibly think of.
Yeah. I'll push that off to somebody else.
It's just going to be you and Ireland back there.
Oh, God. All right, so coming up,
we're going to kill it.
Let's explain the Mentalist thing because it's
okay.
complex and it's going to happen next.
The way we found this guy is Pete Carroll brought him into Seahawks practice. His name is Oz Perlman. He's a mentalist, and he can determine things about you just by talking to you that he would have no way of knowing.
Yep.
So, for example, when he was in Seattle, he took DK Metcalf's cell phone and figured out his cell phone code.
Yep.
Without DK Metcalf really telling him anything. He had another guy, and he gave him a bunch of He had him write down the name of one of his relatives, and O's figured it out in 20 seconds. So he says he can do it he can figure some stuff out about Mason and I simply by doing it over the phone. We talked to him at noon today. He told me to pick an athlete, any athlete, look it up in Wikipedia, and he will, just by me doing it on the phone with him, he'll tell me who it is. And he gave Mason a series of numbers that have no correlation. Like he said, add your zip code to your PIN code to your
somebody's birthday,
and he'll give him the number. So we'll find out next if he can do it.
And Bergman, you say the odds are what percentage chance
that he gets it?
Yeah,
100.
No,
100.
10%.
100%. I'll bet mythical money. I want to bet you guys mythical money he gets it. Can I do that?
Both of them?
Yeah.
The number
both of them.
and the player?
Yes, I think he gets both.
How much you want to bet?
How about 5K?
Done.
If he gets the number, I'm going to freak out.
Oh, you're about to freak out, sir.
I will freak because that's just witchcraft.
Witchcraft.
All right, so we'll do that next. Oz Perlman is going to join us and see if he can come up with that stuff for us, and mind will be blown. All right, if you woke up bright and early this morning and noticed the sun was out an hour earlier today, and that means, of course, the sun will be setting an hour earlier tonight. It usually takes people a week or two to adjust their driving habits following the time change, so please have some patience when you're driving late this afternoon. Everybody trying to get to their next destination might take a little bit longer. It's dark, whatever. Be careful, be safe, especially on neighborhood streets where people who normally walk in the daylight at 5:30 are now walking when it's dark, and it may not be visible to drivers. Give yourself a little bit more time to arrive at your next stop. If you can leave earlier, do so. But if you're stuck in time change traffic, you can hear us on the radio and make the most of it. Jacob Imrani wants everyone to have a safe drive home. So remember, if something happens today, and hopefully nothing does, 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. 844-24-JACOB. Or remember,
accident or injury, call Jacob Imrani. Call Jacob.
Call Jacob.com. Mason, Ireland.
710 ESPN is giving you a chance to win $1 million.
$1 Million Mondays.
$1 Million Mondays.
Listen every Monday during football season to Travis and Sliwa, Mason and Ireland, and Sedano and Cap. All you have to do is make a super prediction.
And you can win $1 million.
And you can score tickets to a game at SoFi for just playing on $1 Million Mondays.
$1 Million Mondays.
710 ESPN.
Hey, Laker fans, John Ireland here. Have you downloaded the new ESPNLA app? You got to get this thing. It's great. You can get Travis and Sliwa, Mason and Ireland, Sedano and Cap, and all of our Lakers talk with Slee right in the palm of your hand.
You're just one tap away from everything Lakers. You could even win Lakers tickets.
React to the Lakers on ESPNLA app.
Download the new ESPNLA app in the App Store or on Google Play.
Last week, we saw that a mentalist named Oz Perlman went to Seattle Seahawks practice and just blew everybody's mind by figuring out the code to DK Metcalf's phone.
Well, that was just one of the things he did. They posted about a 7-minute video. That's the first thing he did. He figured out DK Metcalf's cell phone code, got into his phone. Then he went around the room, had 5 or 6 other players. And Oz is nice enough to join us now. Oz, we really appreciate you doing this. How are you today?
Hey, guys. How you doing, Steve? How you doing, John? Thanks for me on.
Absolutely.
So, Oz, how does one become a mentalist? Is this something you realized at a young age you had a gift for? Is it something you developed later in life? How did you get to where you are?
Half the people that see me think I sold my soul to the devil, but I did not. It's the skill that you acquire over time. So it's kind of like becoming a magician. But this is like a very hyper-specialized version of magic where I don't do card tricks. I don't make, elephants disappear. I know what you're thinking. I learn how the human mind works, and I reverse engineer it.
Okay, so is this something you're born with? Do you have to be have a certain kind of brain, be a certain kind of person to be able to pull this kind of stuff off?
I think so. You know what? It's like my wife knows how to play musical instruments. So does my oldest son. You get me on a piano until I'm blue in the face. I can't play a piano. I can't hold a tune. So I've got some sort of special knack for this. But then it's also 25 years of training and practicing and, falling flat on my face and getting better and better. So it's one of those skills that you got to have an intuitive gift, but then you got to really develop it.
Oz, how far can you take it in terms of, like, in the video we saw with the Seahawks? You figure out DK Metcalf's cell phone number just by holding his finger. He was not speaking to you. He really wasn't even moving his finger. As you pointed out, he wasn't even breathing. He was trying to give you nothing. And you somehow, just by watching him and holding onto his finger, figured out his like, for example, I'm sitting here in a hotel room in Salt Lake City. You probably I would need to be next to me to figure out my cell phone PIN code, right?
No, I mean, some of this stuff, I'll tell you, it's much, much easier being in person because, for example, I can't feel the tension in your finger. And just so the audience knows, we don't know each other, and I can't see your face. So it makes it infinitely harder. But, this is kind of like the difference between some guy warming the bench and LeBron. Like, you brought me here because I know what I'm doing, and I've kind of got techniques where I can try to even figure stuff out from the tone of your voice, the way you react, how quick you react. They got guys like me on the CIA payroll who try to just decipher how do people think. Like, imagine if every little thing you do, I'm analyzing. And so it's one of those fun things to watch. Like, I do shows all over the world because you never know if it's going to work. It's not a magic trick. It's not something where, you pick your card, you put it back, I'm going to find it. It's not like that. The fun part is I swing for the fences, man. Like, I did another segment with ESPN for the Ravens. You guys got to check that one out. It was on ESPN. And in a couple of weeks, I'm going to tease it. I'm doing something for Brady and the Buccaneers.
Wow.
So, wait till you see that one.
That's great.
ESPN's loving it. We're just having a lot of fun. And all the guys on these squads are a blast. They're kind of big kids. They're big kids at heart. These guys hit hard, but when you hit them back with something that blows their mind, they go wild.
Oz Perlman is with us. He is one of the world's famous mentalists. And I used to follow. Now is Kreskin somebody you knew and followed?
Legend. Yes. I mean, Kreskin, this is in the Johnny Carson days here. We'll all show our age, but, man, Johnny was the best. And he had Kreskin on. I don't want to flub this, but I think upwards of 90 times.
Whoa.
And Kreskin is the original. He's like the OG mentalist. And he was quite the character.
And he used to. Well, at least he used to say, I interviewed him years ago, and he said he would not take the check up front, that the check would be under somebody's seat, like during the show, and he claimed that if he didn't figure out where it was, he wasn't going to get paid for the night. Does that sound right?
That was his finale. That was his signature trick. For the record, I just get the money wired to me. I'm not trying to find
Smartos.
it.
Yeah.
That's better.
So have you been able to monetize this? Is this your only job?
Yeah, this has been, man, talk about a lucky score. This is what I get to do all over the world for audiences, large and larger. So my niche, I was on America's Got Talent. That kind of blew me up. I had a show on NBC, won an Emmy, and I primarily do some tours to some degree, but a lot of corporate events. So you name the company, you name it. I have probably done their big sales kickoff, their conventions, their conferences, their incentive travel. I'm kind of the go-to guy to freak them out. And my show is squeaky clean. So that's the one good thing. Like, it's very friendly for corporate audiences.
Do you know everything about your wife? Like, is your wife like, oh, man, I can't get away with anything. This guy knows what I'm thinking at all times.
If she goes out and buys you a Christmas present, do you know what it is before you open it?
So that is, I'm terrible to buy gifts for, because I just look at the box, I look at her, and I'm like, ooh, I don't think it's the right size. And she's like, damn it. But no, she is like, I don't want to say my kryptonite, but I married the woman who I had no idea what she's thinking. So okay. I never know what's going on in her head. I think like all mortal men, I'm not really sure. But my kids are in for you might hear one of them right now. I thought he was in bed. But my daughter especially, if she starts dating and she's like, sneaking out of the house when she's 15 and she's like, I'm going to see Becky, I'm going to be, look at me, who's Mark? Like, she's in for a rude awakening who her dad is.
That's awesome.
That's funny. All right, so we did this stuff with you.
Let's
yeah, go ahead.
Something fun. Let's try it. Let's talk is cheap.
Okay.
Boys, your bread and butter is sports.
Yes.
Analyzing sports, the world of sports, what's going to happen, getting inside these athletes' minds. And so here's what I want to do. I want to try something fun real quick.
Okay.
John, how about this? Hypothetical. What? Tell me the sports that you guys, not in order, but like what sports do you talk about the most on the show? Give me a breakdown real quick. Just name the sports.
All right, basketball, because I'm one of the Laker announcers, is this time of year. We have the Rams on our station, so we talk a lot
of teams. Don't say teams. I just say sports. Just say the actual sport.
Basketball, football, soccer today, baseball. Mason, am I missing? We don't do a ton of hockey.
I think that's pretty much. That's pretty much it.
Okay, so freeze. I heard 5 sports. Now, if I were to ask you, so I want our listener, if I were to ask you to pick a player that you find interesting, appealing, and you know what? Since I'm not there with you, I like a visual. If you could grab your phone, is your phone next to you or no?
Yes.
I like to have pictures worth 1,000 words. And Google, Wikipedia, ESPN, whatever you want, pull up a photo of this person. Somebody you either find fascinating or interesting, and it could be somebody from any of those 5 sports.
All right, I got it.
You will look that person in the eye, and can you let them know that they need them to know this is not set up stage. Like, there's no way I can know who you picked. There's no way that Steve would even know who you would.
No.
Now, I heard the inflection in your voice, and I want you to say those 5 sports one more time. Just say basketball.
Okay.
Say them all again in order.
Basketball, football, soccer, baseball, a little bit of hockey.
Okay, so here's my thought. You led very strong with basketball. You mentioned Lakers, and I got to tell you, it seems too obvious. Nobody ever likes to buy the first thing when they walk in the grocery store. They put the milk in the back for a reason. I don't think you picked a basketball player. Am I right on that front?
You are correct.
See, it's too obvious. Everybody who's listening knows that. So here's what I think. I think that something set the thought off. You know when you drop like something in a puddle and you see the rings reverberate? Here's what I think. I think that a story got into your head a couple weeks ago, and you didn't even realize it. Listen to me on this. I think that in the back of your head, you were watching the World Series. And so we had the Astros, we had the Phillies. I don't think you picked a player in the Astros or Phillies. I don't think so. That's my gut. I think what happened is in one of those games, for the first time since 1956, a pitcher series, and then that jumped into your head, so you looked at it. You're looking at the face of somebody who threw the most no-hitters ever, number 7. Are you looking at Nolan Ryan right now?
That's messed up.
What in the world? How would you know that?
Hold up. If we have one more minute, Steve, let's get you in here.
Okay.
Are you telling these people they need to know that we're on a phone, we don't know each other, and
Correct.
this is not fake or set up?
Yep.
Steve, I got DK's Metcalf's phone, and here's what I did. I grabbed his phone. He doesn't know me. I don't know him. We met right at that moment, and I entered his code, which is funny because it was 1414, which is his jersey twice. And everybody on Twitter and Instagram, this thing has like 30 million views, was like, I could have guessed that. So I think what a lot of people said is, why don't you get his PIN code on his ATM? I go, great idea, man. If I meet DK again, how about this? I want you to lie to me. Before we do this, you're going to give me a fake number. But, Steve, is there anyone that you work with on the show that would possibly know, or any of the listeners that could possibly know your ATM PIN code?
Absolutely not.
Have you ever talked about it on air? I mean, I hope you don't.
Never.
God
Never.
help you if you do. But is there any conceivable way that I could have gone on Google or Facebook or Instagram or anything and found this out? Is it 1% or 0%?
There's 0%. There's no friggin' way.
So here's all you do. Don't tell me the real code unless you want, a million of your fans know it. Lie to me. Give me a 4-digit number, okay? Don't do 666. I get that all the time. Give me a 4-digit number that's not your PIN code. Go.
Say it.
Lie to me. Say a fake code.
Oh, say a fake code. 9337.
Okay. All right. So look how you started. You jumped with a 9. Okay.
Yep.
9 is an odd number. Most people go bigger, right? Bigger is better. This is sports. Nobody wants a low-scoring game. So I guarantee your number is not a 9. You went lower, and then you did 337. All the numbers are odd, which is weird. I got to let you know you're an outlier. I think that on the last number, tell me, I got a question here because I can't see your face. It's really hard to do without seeing your face. I think the last number, do we have a moment? Do we have like another 30 seconds?
Yeah, absolutely.
The last number, you said 7. I think your actual PIN code ends in an odd number. Am I right?
Yes.
Okay. 9337. I bet the 9 and the 7 aren't the real numbers, but I saw you get a little mad at yourself, and I think that the 3, there is a 3 in it because you said the 3 and you little tone of like, damn it, like you shouldn't have said 3. You hit the 9337, the pattern. If you look at a code, the 9 and the 3 are in the same line. So I think you start with the 3. You go near the 9. You go to a 0. Your code is 3015. Am I correct? Is that your ATM PIN code?
That's effed up.
No! He got it?
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Wow.
I mean, come on, Oz.
I got to go change my PIN code.
Yeah, Oz. All right, tell me this.
Folks, they're not paying me for this appearance. I'm cleaning out all of Steve Mason.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Oh,
but
God.
Oz, are these magic tricks that you could teach us how to do, or are you uniquely qualified to do this?
I mean, if you got 25 years to practice, sure.
Wow.
You know, that's like if you got a kid who's been playing a peewee ball and is now in the NFL. You know what I'm saying?
So let me get this right. Oz. So we talk on the phone for a couple of minutes today.
Yeah, that's it. How can we know?
And you just told me the PIN code on my ATM card. There's no effing way you can do that. That's just not.
And Oz,
how did you guys can hear this? But Steve is getting worried. What else I know about him?
Right.
Now.
I mean, what else you know? You probably know my phone number, my social security.
Your best friends must walk around really worried.
Clear your browser history right now is all I got to say.
Oh,
that is insane. That is insane.
Oh, all right. So if people want to follow you and follow your exploits, what's the best way to do that?
Best way is Instagram and Twitter. It looks like Oz. I got a crazy looking name. It should be Oz, but it's pronounced Oz. It's this Israeli name. So if you're spelling it, it's at OZ the Mentalist. So it looks like Oz the Mentalist, but it's Oz the Mentalist. Instagram, Twitter. There's going to be a lot of stuff coming up on ESPN, so keep your eyes peeled. Sunday Countdown. I think it's going to be in a couple weeks. Me, Tom Brady, and the Buccaneers from their training camp. And then if you love what you're seeing, comment on ESPN. Tell them we want me for more and more teams, and we're going to hopefully keep doing it. So hopefully make it a long-running series of me freaking out people in the sports world.
That's wild, man. That is insane. That is scary. That scares me.
Absolutely awesome, Oz. Super impressive.
Love it,
Thank
guys.
you for doing
Thank
this.
you, man.
All right. How?
Thanks. Have a good one.
Thanks.
All right, see ya. How? And I would say that
by the way, we had a conversation totally different today about different numbers, and somehow he turned it into my PIN code.
And by the way, I was going to say maybe Bergman called him and slipped him the answers, but we didn't even tell Bergman.
No. How would I know your PIN code?
Yeah,
and by the
Bergman
way,
would not know my PIN code.
I should have bet you way more than 5,000 mythical dollars.
Greg, how would he know I was thinking of Nolan Ryan?
I have no idea. No clue whatsoever. But he had to have gotten both of them right. He's not going to come on and get them wrong.
But he can do like identity theft and stuff. If he can pick out your PIN code.
Right, but yeah, Greg, we could have lied to him.
You could have, but what would that do?
I got to get my bank on the line and change my friggin' PIN code because he just gave it to everybody.
That is unfriggin' believable. All right, Game of Games is coming up next. It's my game. Now I'm scared to even play a game because now Oz can figure out what I'm thinking before I even ask the question.
Damn.
Wow, that's weird.
Wow, that was great.
All right, Game of Games is coming up next. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Hey, Laker fans, John Ireland here. Have you downloaded the new ESPNLA app? You got to get this thing. It's great. You can get Travis and Sliwa, Mason and Ireland, Sedano and Cap, and all of our Lakers talk with Slee right in the palm of your hand.
You're just one tap away from everything Lakers. You could even win Lakers tickets.
React to the Lakers on ESPNLA app.
Download the new ESPNLA app in the App Store or on Google Play.
$710 ESPN is giving you a chance to win $1 million.
$1 Million Mondays.
$1 Million Mondays.
Listen every Monday during football season to Travis and Sliwa, Mason and Ireland, and Sedano and Cap. All you have to do is make a super prediction.
And you can win $1 million.
And you can score tickets to a game at SoFi for just playing on $1 Million Mondays.
$1 Million Mondays.
710 ESPN.
Okay. Game of Games presented by CallJacob.com.
Call Jacob.
Everyone loves a fighter, but in this town, winning matters, especially after an accident. So remember, anyone can fight, but CallJacob.com is here for you when you need a big win. After an accident, go to CallJacob.com or call 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. We got the jingle.
Call Jacob.
Thank you. Game of Games time. Take it away, Mace.
I'm going to change my PIN code is what I'm going to do. It is Game of Games time, and is anybody playing from afternoons?
No. It's too easy to Google this, so let's just play with the three.
Okay, it's Googleable.
Yeah.
Googleable. Is
so
that a word?
since you guys can watch each other, we'll keep it honest.
Okay.
All right, so here it is.
Okay.
It's the return of the alumni game.
Oh.
Yeah.
I've tweaked the rules a little to make it work for Game of Games. I will read a list of people that all attended the same college. As soon as you know the name of the school, your name is your buzzer. I have 8 of these and a tiebreaker if we need it.
Okay.
All right, so here we go. Question number 1. Around the Horn panelist Woody Page. Sixers forward Tobias Harris.
Oh, where'd he go?
WNBA star Candace Parker.
Mason.
Mason.
USC?
Jorge.
No, Jorge.
Tennessee.
Tennessee is
Yes.
correct.
Tennessee.
And Jorge
Jorge's on the
takes the
board.
lead. The next one was going to be Peyton Manning.
Oh, yeah.
All right, here we go. Apollo Creed, Carl Weathers. Steven Strasburg.
Greg. San Diego State.
San Diego State is correct. The next one, Alan Sliwa.
Oh.
Greg.
Right.
Oh, yeah. San Diego State.
You don't get double credit, you don't.
Damn.
All right, here we go.
Box
Number
of hair
3.
over there.
Wow.
Yanni. Bob Dylan.
Mason.
University
of Minnesota.
Correct, and it's tied 1-1. Very good. Tony Dungy and Michael Thompson rounded out that list. All right. Former Secretary of State Condoleezza Rice. Mace.
Stanford.
No.
He's out.
Hannah Storm. Supreme Court Justice Amy Comey Barrett. Jorge.
It's a UConn.
No.
Ooh, I'm alive. I'm going to listen to all of them.
Bergman.
Yeah.
Regis Philbin.
Keep going.
Now I know.
Jeff Samardzija.
Oh, Greg. He went to Notre Dame.
Notre Dame, and Bergman takes the
I would have
lead.
got it with
No, I knew
Reach.
Jeff Samardzija went there. He torched UCLA.
I'm just trolling, though.
No, you're not.
Yeah,
No, you're
Bergman
not.
2.
You're so trollable, Dick.
Briones 1. Mason 1. Number 5.
Okay.
Dodgers pitcher Tyler Anderson. Former Today Show host Ann Curry. Ahmad Rashad.
Greg. USC?
No.
Mason.
Mace.
Northwestern?
No. Jorge, you ready?
Yeah. Keep going.
Justin Herbert.
Phil
Oregon. Knight.
Oregon.
Jorge gets it. It's Oregon.
Dummy.
Bergman 2, Jorge 2, me 1.
All right. Mace, you need this one to stay.
do.
No, there's 3 more.
Okay.
Okay. Here we go. Georgia politician Stacey Abrams. Physicist Neil deGrasse Tyson. Actress Renee Zellweger. Actor Matthew
Mason.
McConaughey. Mace.
That's University of Texas.
That is correct.
Sure is.
And the score is 2-2. And 2 left.
Ooh.
There we go. Lead singer of the Counting Crows, Adam Duritz. Former Dodger infielder Jeff Kent. Jorge.
Cal Berkeley.
Cal is correct.
Wow, Jorge.
Jorge, how'd you get that?
Just swag, baby.
No.
You had no idea? You just guessed?
Yeah, just
Why
swag.
would you guess Cal for
No, you knew something.
No,
had to know.
Stanford.
Jeff
Okay,
Kent.
I'm right here.
Who are
I'm a
you? You're
mentalist,
O's
guys.
Perlman?
Jeez.
All right.
You said Stanford. I'm like, okay, let me guess
All
around
right.
that area.
1 left. If Jorge gets it, he
Yes.
wins it. If Bergman or Mason get it, they force overtime. Here we go. Geraldo Rivera. Greg Kinnear. Kourtney Kardashian.
She went to school?
Gary Shandling. Rob Gronkowski.
Greg.
Ah.
Arizona.
Arizona is correct.
You got a
Mason is out, and it is a tiebreaker
All right.
situation between Jorge and Bergman. Damn. Very good.
Dun, 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 dun.
Jorge totally swag.
Swag, baby.
That Cal Berkeley.
I'm not looking anywhere.
All
you
right.
know.
No, I know you're not looking.
You're not good
looking
looking.
anywhere.
Here it
It's
is,
weird.
boys.
Okay.
The tiebreaker. Since the start of the NFL, USC has produced more NFL draft picks than any other school. How many total draft picks have come from USC since the NFL began? I'll give you a hint. It's more than 350. So it's over 350. Bergman, how many NFL draft picks have come from USC?
573.
Jorge,
574.
the correct answer. 509. Greg Bergman.
Bergman with the win.
You Googled.
Google, get out of here.
He did not Google.
No, and that 573 was a very good answer.
You know who would have known that? O's.
O's would have knocked that out.
He would have rung in right away on that.
Yeah, I still can't believe that. guy figured
ATM
that
pin card. God, I gotta go to the bank.
Yeah,
He actually kind of made it a pain in the ass.
You have so much you have to change.
Now I got to go change anything that's related to my PIN code.
Hey, it got me 5,000 mythical dollars, so I'm okay with that.
There you go.
All right. Game of Games is powered by Call Jacob. Winning matters. That's why after an accident, you got to go to calljacob.com or call 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. Hit the super stager, Jorge.
ESPN AM. 710 ESPN is giving you a chance to win $1 million.
$1 Million Mondays.
$1 Million Mondays.
Listen every Monday during football season to Travis and Sliwa, Mason and Ireland, and Sedano and Cap. All you have to do is make a super prediction.
And you can win $1 million.
And you can score tickets to a game at SoFi for just playing on $1 Million Mondays.
$1 Million Mondays.
710 ESPN.
Got a love boat? There you go. What's going on, Cabby?
Mace, listen.
Yeah.
Not only did that guy get your PIN code, which was out of control.
Yep.
But now that you have to change your PIN code.
Yeah.
Let me just tell you, not only are you going to have to change your PIN code, but now you're going to have to remember the new PIN code.
That's right.
So now this becomes that much more of a pain in the ass.
Oh, God, Oz, what did you do to me? He didn't tell me he was going to do the PIN code thing. I really wish I would have done the Nolan Ryan thing, let alone the PIN code thing.
Right.
The PIN code thing is a pain in the ass.
Right. Now, I'm wondering, this is where I would start, because this would be a major problem in my life.
Yeah.
I would start on my banking app and find out if there's a way to do it on my banking app.
Good plan.
Yeah,
there must be.
I bet you can.
Good plan.
Because rather than because my first inclination would be, I guess I got to go to the bank and meet with a banker and physically
meet with a banker. Yeah.
Yeah, I got to go deal with a human being and go somewhere. Man, what a headache.
Do
That
it
was
electronically.
awesome. God, that was awesome.
That's so weird, isn't it?
I still have no idea how that guy's
no
doing.
clue. Absolutely no clue. There's no way he could have known any of that stuff.
Yeah, but I love the way he broke it down. Like, I think the number you gave him first was like
let's not repeat it.
933.
Let's not repeat it.
7.
Yeah, 9337.
Yeah, and then the way he broke it down, how they were all odd numbers and how they were in line, and which one must have been first. Man, that was awesome.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. It's crazy.
What a headache, though.
Ugh, what a pain in the ass, O's.
So, Cappy, are you regretting not going to the soccer game?
Yeah.
Right now I am, but I'll tell you how quickly this could all turn for me. All I want from Mace is, hey, thanks for not going and hooking me up with that ticket.
What was weird was...
thanks for not going and hooking me up with that ticket. You get it right away.
Cap, here's what we're trying to piece back together. So you originally had a ticket, and you told Mason, you know what, Mace, I'm not going to use mine. You can have it. And then Morales went crazy because he said, no, Cap, it's not yours to give away. So you had to take it back. Mm-hmm. And then Mason ends up getting that exact ticket anyway.
Right.
So who did Morales lose to in that fight? Who overruled Morales?
Oh, well, let's see here. So, you think that Morales, before he would accept Mason, thought to himself, who else could I get to go other than Mason?
I think he probably did. Yeah.
And then ultimately, whoever he may have invited, let's say,
it didn't
for example,
work out, and it came back around to Mace.
I think I was like the last pick on the draft and the last pick for the team.
You got to figure that Morales would have first asked Sedano. George is probably like, "Yo, I'm playing baseball with my kid.
I'm in Oregon or something."
I think he had a game.
Yeah. Okay. I can't. I got a game. Probably next pick was probably going to be Keyshawn, don't you think? Unless it was vice versa, Keyshawn then Sedano.
Oh, Key. I didn't even think of him. You're right.
Yeah, so you got to invite Keyshawn. Give him right of first refusal.
He's like Key's valet.
Right. So Keyshawn doesn't want to go, hypothetically. Sedano's working somewhere. I've already said that I'll meet them at the USC game. Yeah.
Ireland was out of town. Oh, no, but you couldn't do it because it was a day off between games, right, John?
Right, yeah. I just had no time.
Okay. Maybe Travis and Slee, did they not get an invite? or
Yeah, I don't think they were considered.
I don't think they were considered. They weren't in the running.
So you were in like the fourth or the fifth position.
Fifth position, yeah. I was lucky. Now, Morales is a pain in the ass to go to a game with because he never shuts up and he's not paying attention to the game. I'm like, dude, there's a game going on here. We've gone to PKs and he's rambling about imaging BS. I'm like,
come on, you're kidding. He is?
Yeah.
No way, because when I saw him Saturday night at the USC game, all we talked about was what an incredible game it was for the LAFC and that finish and the goalkeeper and the broken leg and then Gareth Bale and then the shootout and the backup goalkeeper. I mean, all he talked about was how incredible the atmosphere was. I mean, he loved it.
Yammer, 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 yammer.
So he didn't talk to me about imaging.
Yeah, talk to me. No, you went to the SC game.
Right.
And you met with Mike Bone.
By the way, Mace, I think that has more to do with you. I think he probably just doesn't feel super comfortable having real conversations with you if he's only talking imaging.
That is not accurate.
Because he never talks to me about imaging.
Really?
Nope.
He's talking to me about imaging and how the station's going and so this person's doing that and that
he's
person's
keeping it
doing
corporate
this
with
and,
you. Corporate Chris.
Very, very corporate. Very corporate. But it was an amazing game to be at. And, I don't know if you guys know or were watching earlier, but John McCarthy, the goalie, was here today, the MVP of the MLS Cup Final. It was an unbelievable game. Were you guys? I'm sure you watched it.
Yeah,
I did see it. Yeah,
you saw it. You guys saw it.
But this whole thing about McCarthy, how he becomes the MVP, and for sports fans that aren't following along closely, like myself, I had to look him up today.
Sure,
he's from Philadelphia.
Yes.
So and that's the team he finds himself playing against. And he's only had like one start all year long, so he's played like no minutes at all. He's just the backup guy who's never going to get any playing time. And then to find yourself in this pressure-packed situation and guess right and make these incredible saves, and then become MVP.
Maybe he's a mentalist. And
Maybe
he knew where they were
he
going to kick.
is a mental. You probably have to be
good.
a bit of a mentalist to be a goalie.
Yeah.
You've got to guess which way to go. You've got to read the other guy and say, I think he's going this way. I think he's going that way. I think he's going high. I think he's going low. You kind of have to be like Oz Perlman would be a great goalie.
Well, I mean, if he had the athletic ability and the hand-eye coordination.
Correct. Yeah, those things are necessary.
Yeah.
Plus, this guy was like how tall was he? 6'4", maybe? Something like that. John McCarthy was like 6'4", tall.
Yeah, he's tall. I think he's 6'3", something like that.
6'3", tall guy. Really nice guy. God, I mean, he's like describing it, and his eyes are welling up. I mean, he's still in that moment. That moment is still going on, and I always think when you have a life highlight like that, and thankfully, we've all had life highlights. I barely remember them after they happen. Like you find at some point you're like doing it, but you feel completely out of body as you're doing it. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I just had I'm going to try.
Yeah. Okay,
I'm going to try to be a mentalist right now. Ireland, I just sent you a text. Am I right?
Let me look. Yes.
Wow! Look at that. See, I'm a mentalist
What
too.
was
Look,
it?
It's O's. I knew where
He knows
John was staying.
exactly where I am.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, yeah, I don't think that's mentally.
What do you mean? There's a lot of places they could be staying in Salt Lake.
Don't you always stay at the same hotel, Ireland?
Well, for the past several years we've been here, yeah. But what's interesting, George, is when we come back to Utah, we won't be here.
Oh,
We're going to
really?
a different place. So this is you.
I love that place you're at.
Yes, very nice.
Yeah.
And the rooms are gigantic. You could literally you could have 10 people staying there.
You could do, like, the whole studio can fit in one of those rooms, for God's sake. So that's why I am a mentalist, Mason. Don't shun me, all right? All right? I'm a mentalist.
I shot. Yeah, the bar has apparently gotten very
I knew
low,
where he was
'cause
staying.
You know
I
where
knew
the
where-
Lakers stay when they go to Utah.
Okay, I'll say this, just if it makes you feel any better. I also agree with you. I would have stood there and listened to the guy give me the spiel about the politician.
Yeah. See, I'm encouraged by the fact that some people still believe, right?
Yeah.
I mean, this kid is like all in. He's telling me about whatever. I'm just throwing out a name, Sam Ellinger, the quarterback from Indianapolis. He's talking about Sam Ellinger. This person's really good. I'm like, I already voted. I'm good. I voted for Ellinger. I'm good. And then the guy keeps talking about Ellinger's policies and stuff. And then he says, could you call 5 friends and tell them? I'm like, part of it is, I admire that this is what that
agree.
guy is doing.
I would have listened to him, and it probably felt longer because you were stoned.
Correct. It did. It felt like forever.
Can I just get caught up because I missed a little detail in here. I didn't hear this story earlier today. Where did you run into this person? Or did this person
I get a knock on the door Saturday night. and nobody knocks on my door, and my dogs go crazy and all this stuff, and I'm a little rock and stoned at this point. You know, I'm low key faded.
Well, I mean, you were celebrating the LAFC championship that you had just enjoyed.
Exactly. And there's a guy out on my doorstep, and he says, I was calling, I'm knocking on doors to remind you to vote for Sam Ellinger for whatever, council president or whatever it is. And so he's
Student
pitching.
council president? That'd be interesting.
Sure.
How did you come up with Sam Ellinger? I mean,
I don't know. It's
all
just
the
a random
names that you would have pulled the quarterback of the Indianapolis Colts, huh?
Yeah, I just think he didn't want to he didn't remember the real person's name
or
want to give it away
or the party or any of that. I don't want to get into any of that stuff. That's why I picked Sam.
So random.
But if somebody comes to your door, Cappy, do you listen to their whole pitch or do you say like Ireland?
No,
thank
come
you,
on.
see ya.
Nope.
He's not listening.
Nope. You're right, George. I'm not.
Cap, something's burning. I got to go.
Oh, really?
No, that's what he would say.
That's what he would have said to you. Yeah.
Oh, in the meantime, I just fell hook, line, and sinker earlier today. You guys started to play the smoke alarm sound effect.
Yeah.
I'm literally walking around my house, right, and I'm hearing the smoke alarm sound effect. Turns out that I've got my phone in my pocket. I'm listening on the app, so every time you guys play it on the air, I literally thought it was in my house somewhere.
That's very
like
funny.
a moron.
That's
I'm walking
very
around
funny.
like a freaking moron.
By the way, still going on. I mean, I'm just kind of numb.
The battery's
going
to die eventually. Though.
Eventually, or those people will come home from wherever the hell they are. They've been gone a month.
Nice trip they're having. So I just want to say, John, I've had in the last week, not only has my mailbox been bombarded with all kinds of political messaging.
Right.
My phone doesn't stop buzzing with text messages with political messaging.
Yeah.
I've had 2 people knock on my door recently. Both times I've told them I've already voted, which is a lie. I have not voted.
You have not voted?
Have not yet voted.
Are you going to vote?
Yeah, I'm an in-person voter.
Okay, that's nice.
Still.
Okay.
So
are you really going to vote, or is this going to be like when you said you were going to get Powerball tickets and then you didn't actually get the Powerball tickets?
George, I'm $60 into the Powerball, including my $20 in tonight's tickets.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
$20.
$20.
I'm
Big
grabbing
money.
some after our show today since we're off early for the Lakers.
So this is what Juan said today. He said if we win the Powerball, we're going to give everybody some money.
Okay.
We're going to give away like $500,000 each to all of our relatives.
Nice.
But we're going to say that's it. You have to. We're not. You can't come back to the well.
Right.
This
is it.
If you
One-time
blow this,
gift.
you're done. Here's the money. What do you think of that as a plan?
More than generous.
How many people? How many people are we talking about?
Probably 7 or 8 people.
Okay, so that's like $2 million, $3 million, $4 million. $4
Yeah,
million.
it's like if you've got 1.7 billion or whatever it is after taxes, 1.9, 500,000. I guess it's crazy to say, but that's just a drop in the bucket.
Well, right. It's also, I mean, it's generous to be sure, but why not just even it up to $1 million, and then you say to everybody, hey, here are you 8 people, here's $8 million. Don't ever come back and ask for another thing. Go enjoy your life. But if you blow it, you blow it. I mean, why not just make it an even mill?
That's not a bad idea. I can do it even. I mean, it's is it 1.9 billion?
Yes, right now, yes. It'd probably be a little more by the end of the day.
Now, Sedano, do you buy tickets?
I do. I bought like $20. You know, I figure what the hell? I'd spend $20 on anything else. Why not try to win 1.9 billion with $20?
Yeah, I always throw $20 at it.
Yeah.
I mean, this much money. What's funny is I'll do it for 1.9 billion, but when it goes back to 100 million, I'll say,
or when it goes, I mean, let alone if it's like 40 million.
40 million. I'm like,
I don't want that. I don't want to.
I'm not even going to go to the gas station.
I don't want to waste my time winning $40 million. I mean, my God, once I win $40 million, then I've already blown it, so I'll never win again. And what is $40 million? Come on, please. Oh, jeez.
That is the most
Ireland's
annoying
laugh
thing.
after is always the best part.
It's the most annoying thing. It's like I get it at home, now I get it at work.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's tough, man.
Yeah. Mason, do you know the lifetime? I'm looking it up here. The lifetime gift tax exemption is $12 million anyway. So I mean, you're good to
really?
go.
So you could do it, and they won't have to pay any taxes on it?
Yeah, if it's like a one-time life, if you can guarantee you'll never give them another dime again.
Oh, this is all for tax planning purposes, Mace.
No, it's tax planning, exactly.
Right. It's not just generosity.
It's a deduction.
Right. The reason you can't give any more is it's a tax issue. And
yes.
then you'll have a big IRS mess on your hands. So here, it's $1 million.
You can give up to $16,000 a year. It says here without incurring a taxable gift, $32,000 for spouses. Let me see. There is, and then the lifetime one, $12.06 million.
Yeah, give away.
So you're
the
good,
million.
Mace.
Yeah, that's a good plan.
To your top 12 people.
Can I go back to the Mentalist for just a second?
Sure. Oh, by the way, can I inject one last thing?
Yeah.
Bergman is right. It's only logical to have the toilet paper over the top.
Thank you. Thank
you,
George.
It's idiotic.
I honestly cannot tell you if my toilet paper in my house, I have 4 bathrooms, if it's over the top or not.
It's something
I couldn't either, but I would tell you that the logic says it should be over the top.
As opposed to coming out from underneath?
From the bottom.
Oh,
yeah.
I like the bottom.
I like the bottom also.
Put that on a loop.
You're bad people.
Really?
Yes, that's ridiculous.
So here's
And
the
yes, put it
here's
on
the
a loop, please.
mentalist.
Can you grab that,
Here's the mentalist thing. So earlier today we did have a conversation, and this is how he arrived at my PIN code. He said, "Oh, pick somebody in your life, and tell me what year they were born." I put this in a calculator, so I put it in. It was 1946. That was my mom. Then he said, "Put your PIN code in," and I put it in. I don't want to repeat it. Then he said, "Take the last 4 digits of a childhood phone number." And I did that. And it added up to 9337, and somehow he was able to come up with the PIN number out of that.
Insane.
That's just stupid. That's stupid.
That's awesome. But I like, John, I liked your question. Is this a magic trick that you can teach us, or is this something that you have like this special qualification for? And he's like, yeah, I can teach it to you if you got like 30 years to learn.
Yeah, it's super weird.
Yeah, he's just reading people.
I still don't know how he came up with Nolan Ryan. I mean, guys, basically he said, go to Wikipedia and pick one athlete ever living or dead. And he doesn't know me.
No, I know. I heard that. That's the one that was more. I mean, both of them were fairly surprising. I got to be honest with you. So there's that. Hey, I did see. Before I let you go, I just saw this pop up on my timeline, and normally I don't like to give. He's usually on my no oxygen list, but apparently it's all over the internet today. Skip Bayless believes that after 20 years he'd make a good NFL GM. Do you actually know somebody that you think would in the media that would be a good general manager in any sport?
I always thought, Cappy, you would know better than me, but I always thought your college teammate Louis Riddick could do it. Could he?
Could. And, he's been like a director of player personnel for the Eagles and the then Washington Commanders. Yeah, he could do it. I mean, isn't it weird, though, George, I know where you're headed, which is that Jeff Saturday would be ripped from TV to become a head coach?
It's an interim job.
Worked for Steve Kerr.
Yeah,
but you guys realize that on that staff, on that coaching staff in Indianapolis, there's John Fox. There's Gus Bradley.
So there's some stability there, and Saturday will kind of steer the ship.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that there are former NFL
You should have gone with a retread, is what you're saying, as opposed to
no. I'm saying in the middle of the season, we might as well do this.
No, I'm saying that on their staff they have guys that are former NFL head coaches, and what they've done is they've gone outside of their coaching staff to find someone who's never not only been a coach, not even been an assistant coach, and wasn't even working with the team every day. Which don't get me wrong, I think it's actually quite ballsy, and I'm super curious how it's going to turn out.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. Look, I mean, first of all, I think John mentioned it earlier. Irsay is kind of a wild card of wild cards. That's like being kind. But I just think that because he's got all that experience, it's actually a good thing for him to have all that experience on his staff, even if he's just going to be the interim guy. And I just don't think any of those guys like John Fox and Gus Bradley. I mean, if I'm the Colts fan base and I'm like Gus Bradley and John Fox, I'm not really like uberly excited. At least this, to your point, is ballsy, and like you're like, okay, let's kind of see what the hell happens.
It's just kind of a weird thing because we've never seen it happen like this mid-season where, one thing if they hired him at the end of the season, they're like, hey, we're going out on a limb, we're going to hire Jeff Saturday. It's another thing to do it like in the season like this.
Yeah.
I mean, John Elway didn't have any experience doing anything, and he just became the president of the organization.
Well, same with John Lynch. I mean, look what he's done in San Francisco.
True.
There you go.
All right, hey, that's it for us. Don't forget, we got Lakers basketball coming up for you. Lakers versus the Utah Jazz.
5:45.
And in the meantime, your fair share of stupidity from our friends Shadano and Cappy and Lindsay and Laura. Stay tuned. We're back tomorrow at 1. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.